No, they
I
don't.
know enough.
Everybody
The
knows
entire
that football
industry.
sucks. Oh, by the way, I just
Look,
transitioned to
I
on.
know,
So
all
hello
I know
guys, the stream
is
is
that
on.
the entire football industry is financing a third world oppressive regime, and people are desperately spending money to go there and virtue signal and get kicked out.
Oh, and that's how we started today's stream, everybody. Hello and
Susan.
welcome.
Pay no attention to the men in the Crusader uniforms.
Thanks, folks.
But they weren't allowed in.
No,
Nah,
I
not
noticed
yet.
that.
But then again, when were the Crusaders ever allowed in?
Well, if they'd been doing it properly, they would have just said, "Out of my way, heathen!"
Yeah, but now they're all trying to be
all.
all nice and shit because the Pope doesn't really have the balls to allow them to do what is rightfully their duty.
We
I
must
vote
reclaim the Holy
motherfuckers.
Land. Trym 2022.
There's a lot of Trym quotes. Have fun
Yeah.
finding them all.
Did
Reclaim.
know that on a completely unrelated topic, that
Why is
they
Trym drawing cocaine dust on the nose of the gnome?
No, the medieval
Okay.
Muslim anti-crusades made it to France, so I think we need to bring them the glory of Jeebus.
Yes.
Starting in France.
Make Jerusalem Catholic again.
We can start with Belgium.
No, thank you.
I think we have to start with France if we're going to start crusading somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we're not German. They always start with Belgium.
Hey, I'm just saying, make Normandy
They start
English
with the
again.
Poles, don't they?
Well, not the first one.
Oh goodness.
Come on, let's do a remake of the OG ones.
How-
Bezek, you got silent.
I'm shoving food in the face.
Oh, okay. Of course. That's really good.
Bezic is feeding his pet Australian.
Yeah.
Well, somebody has to.
This is true.
Well, on a different note, I've just realized that some of the most annoying yet funny guests to ever work with on the boat are Australians. Because they're really funny because they're always up for a joke, but they eat 3 times as much as any other type of guest.
Only 3 times? Bloody slackers letting the team down.
Yeah, let's just say we had 350 guests aboard the boat when I went off. They ate like there were 500. We ran out of
Hungry
food.
boys.
We had to go to emergency foods. Like, we always make different kind of meals, right? So for a buffet, we make different kinds of salads, different kinds of meats, and we went through the primary, then we burned through the secondary, then we got to the third one, and sometimes we even had to go through the 4th one. Fucking Englishmen and Aussies. But they're also some of the nicest people there, too, so it's kind of hard. I can't get angry at them. I can just get annoyed at the way they eat. But they're really fucking pleasant to work with.
In the interest of supporting Trym's future endeavors, I'd like to take this opportunity to say hello to everyone in the audience in chat. We have Monkey and Disco and Primed, and someone I've never encountered before. I'm going to guess W1ES Inspirational is Wise Inspirational. And say hello to all those people.
He is awesome. He's a really good friend of mine. He is currently fighting the good fight, and he is winning. I don't know how
he's
much.
on crusade in the Holy Land.
No, not that kind. It's more of a different. I don't know how much I can say about it, but let's just say that it's a really important fight if you want to live, and he's currently winning it because he's an awesome dude. Give him all the love and support because he fucking deserves it.
Well, there is Macron who says he's gay, so he can qualify for this sort of task.
Well, Based Ape says he's gay, so, glad you came out of the closet, dude.
2 men just for you.
Ugh. Just don't get any.
Fine Night says
Don't
he's
get
pulling his
close.
hair out building the engine in his summer car. Must be
My
a good
summer
problem to have, having a summer car. I'd be happy if I had a car.
I have a car.
My summer
I hate
car
you, Trym.
is a game that's operating on goat simulator levels of physics.
So no physics at all.
That's not true. They're just really bad physics.
So, Trym, how was the boat, except for the hungry Australian?
It was fun. Got a slight issue with the leadership again, but on that it went really well because I decided, okay, fine. You don't want me to do this according to previous orders? Okay, then I'm gonna do this. And suddenly everything became fine again. Yay me! Then
Prime
it's
is
just
doing
pretty much been the
strange
same.
things to his nuts.
Telling them to go fuck themselves.
If I did, I would be fired, and I'm not interested in getting fired yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Join for the future
you-
series.
You do plan on getting fired then?
Nah. If I become a millionaire, I'm gonna quit in style.
What? You're going to run up and down the boat with your dick out and then wave it in your boss's face?
No, actually, I'm gonna fucking hire a helicopter to just winch me off
Lift
the
you
boat.
up in the middle of the crew.
Yep, pretty much. It's like, hey, I'm quitting.
There
Whoosh. There we go.
Just get him to drop a rope ladder over the deck.
Yep, there we fucking.
Wrap
No,
yourself around the
it's-
ladder and give
It's gonna
everybody
fly to
finger
the
as you're being
fucking
dragged away.
to the back side of the boat where we have sort of a large open space, and then it's gonna drop down a wire. I'm gonna bring with me the necessary stuff to actually attach it to myself. Like, woohoo! Later, bitches. It's actually West
So
Inspiration.
the guy have a plan in mind and all.
Yes.
That's
It's E1 Inspirational who helped me make that plan happen. He understands my pain. So, just different news. Today, I woke up with a pretty interesting video from Arch Warhammer, or now just Archcast. Apparently, guys, we're gonna get a 12-player horde shooter of Starship Troopers. Christmas has come a bit
Trym.
early.
yes.
Trym,
Yes.
I would like to know more.
Yes.
Me too.
The intent to know more intensifies immensely. As you can have, you're still gonna have 4-player teams, but it's gonna be a total of those gonna be squads in a total army of 12 players against hordes of arachnids. Like, this is gonna be from the movie though, so you're gonna have like slight halo armors, and then the stabby slashy chewy bugs from the movies are gonna come after you, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be Vermintide on steroids.
I will do my part.
Yes. If
Service
things
does
go,
guarantee citizenship.
oh yes, and I have a feeling that should this game be good and enough people have it, we might as well. Why not just establish a Sultanate army for the Federation?
Yes, and we will have like a ceremony of introduction when a new guy start to
Hell
play
yes.
with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we will start off the stream with the oath of.
Yes.
Insubordination will require multiple lashes, however.
Yes.
Yes.
Or in our
Except
case.
for Ardent, who'd enjoy it.
Well, I'm into that shit.
Hey,
Don't tell
I
me.
have a secondary. Thing. Insubordination will be punished by watching leftist cringe.
So, anything to do with leftism.
Pretty
Okay.
much, you just have to go through
Trym,
Tumblr for
you
5
do
minutes.
realize that the person most likely to be insubordinate is you.
Looks like I have to start upping my resistance then.
In Trym's case, I think what we'll have to do is actually tell him that the punishment will be drawing an animated commercial for Volkswagen. starring
No,
Melissa Milano.
no.
What the fuck?
That's rookie idea. You will have to sing the
Okay.
Swedish anthem.
Oh, fuck you. Over my dead body. That's a good. That's
We
a
could make
good
you
way
s-
for me to joining the fucking bugs. All right. Okay, never join the bugs.
Speaking of stepping over bodies, Prime Knight is drunk, pissing on the floor, and bolting nuts.
Oh, nice.
well, except for the pissing on the floor part.
Nah, it creates character.
It's your floor. Do as you like, but it's kind of
No, it builds
a
character.
personal thing that I have builds character.
Okay.
What dodging puddles?
Yes. Also, it helps you build balancing when it helps you strengthen your balancing when you slip.
Builds reflexes.
It's called character development.
No, XP grind. Yes.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to microwave some more food. So if my microphone starts making weird noises, it will either be the microwave or me enjoying myself.
Unspecified.
It depends,
Lack of context.
Could these noises sound the same potentially, or?
I don't want to know.
Did you kidnap mermaid again, Vizek?
Are the mermaids calling you a cunt again? You know they just like you when they do that.
No, I'm calling them cunts, but it's going to be a problem. They're starting to enjoy it.
It's starting to take.
Oh boy.
my. You know, I honestly thought that would be a dead meme by now. The whole mermussy
No, that's just like the bleach demon nose fetish.
thing. Yeah, true.
That's not a meme.
Look,
That's a genuine thing.
here's the thing. It's all part of my master plan. I am going to breed a generation that is adapted to the cold, and I'm going to send them to the North Seas to kidnap Trym. And what they do to him on route to delivery is not my business.
Send them my way first. I'll teach them a few Newfoundland drinking songs.
You mean Canadian?
No, I mean Newfoundland.
Which is Canada.
We have our own culture.
Canada.
Yeah, I blame Canada.
To be fair, Canada is to blame for a lot of horrendous things,
Yes.
such
the
as
moment,
Justin
yes.
Bieber and
Ew.
You'll see, anything
Well,
named Justin that
wait,
comes
wait,
out
wait.
of Canada is bad.
yeah, literally true.
Yes, it is true though.
Trudeau.
Well done.
You thought you could sneak that one by. Well done.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
Ugh, what's worse, Beaver or Trudeau?
I'm not sure if you have not enough tits or too much tits.
Huh? We have Pamela Anderson. We have way too much tits.
No, that's
Hey,
for the tip
hey.
the waitress part.
Ardent.
Yes.
What did the guy with leprosy say to the hooker?
Oh,
Keep
okay.
the tip.
Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible.
I am gonna
That's
remember that one.
glorious.
I'm stealing that one.
Good gods.
Fuck it, I'm gonna say that one to my boss when I get on work. He likes those kind of jokes.
It's always good when you have a boss who you can joke with.
Oh yeah. Especially
Oh,
parts when
well, in
people
that
get
case,
ranty.
In that case, I've got another joke that your boss might enjoy.
As long as he doesn't get my channel yeeted.
What? Oh, it's actually more tame than the last one.
Oh, go ahead.
What's a obviously we don't want to actually use real names. What's like a stereotypical Norwegian names that we can use to refer to your boss? Your boss's boss, rather.
Johan.
No. Yum.
Okay. Peter.
Well, Petter too. Let's go with Petter. Petter.
There you go. Peter.
All right. So you go up to your boss and tell him that Pet is such a dumbass that he couldn't organize a route in a brothel with a fistful of hundreds. Yeah, we'll never figure out Bay State's real name.
No, it
Never.
will remain a mystery forever.
It's called Mankey.
John.
It's Monkey. We know it's Monkey, and we're going to keep telling people that it's Monkey.
The thing is, he doesn't even know that it's his real name yet, but we're gonna make him remember.
I mean, his real name. He has
Well,
to
his-
evolve to human before he gets a real name.
I will refer to him as John Doe.
At some point, we will steal all of his documentation and change his name to Giancarlo Giacomo.
Just as when we find Everard and steal his papers, we're gonna call him Wee Hon
I
Hon
mean,
Baguette.
I was thinking of renaming him to Harambe Smith.
Harambe Smith.
No. Harambe McKellion. Harambe McKellion. There we go.
Gonna have to explain the significance of that surname to me.
Because he's Scottish and he needs one of them their Mac names. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe MacDuff.
Macduff, yes.
Yes.
Harambe Macduff.
There we
Oh,
go.
jeez.
I'm a proud monkey of the Scottish world.
Harambe Macduff of the Lowland Macduffs.
I have since APZ, Monkey Z and Disco asked for a drawing. I think Trym, you should draw something like a Harambe monkey thing with a beer and a cat drinking.
We need to redraw a monkey, but in a kilt with
Yeah.
bagpipes.
Like with a Harambe drinking meme and the disco cat, you know,
Hey,
with
hey,
the
hey,
hat and everything.
Hey, if Monkey needs to redesign his character, you know, you can just go to my Ko-fi and, you know, buy a fucking commission.
Oh, so he start to ask money. Oh no.
I've always
Holy
asked for
crap.
money.
Trym chilled, unprompted.
Yeah.
Where's his hero cookie?
It
And
start
it's
to
actually relevant.
I'm not allowed to have cookies anymore. I'm on a fucking diet.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
on a
you're
diet too. I'm on a seafood diet.
Yeah.
You get that clam, don't you?
I was
it-
wondering. I was wondering if Trym's English skills were advanced enough to get that one, but clearly they were.
We don't use clam in Norway. We use actually reke, which is basically shrimp. So the smell is similar.
What?
Okay, so they don't like clam in Norway. Noted.
We don't have. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck
why the
context. Fuck
population
the
is
context.
increasing.
We don't have much clam in Norway. We're actually bigger on shrimps.
So they don't want the clams; they want the shrimps. I see.
Yes.
Oh dear.
I did it on purpose, knowing full and well what I did. I embraced it.
Good man. Good man.
But we know you, and none of us believe that.
Well, that's because I managed to fool you. My idiocy is all a ruse. I'm actually quite intelligent. I can't
Please,
even
not
say
even
this
you
straight.
believe that.
No way. Or maybe I'm just such a good liar that even I believe my own lies. 4D chess, motherfucker.
Yeah, Trym, I think I may have to cancel our future podcast together. The stupidity start to be a second-hand embarrassment for me.
Fair enough.
Ooh, and that's coming from the Frenchie.
I'm not French.
What?
That's what they all say.
Yes, Belgium is just wannabe Frenchy.
That's what they all say when they wash up on the shores of England.
By the way, Trym, did you already have some Belgian in your boat?
Yeah, we had some Belgians in the boat, but we also have a lot of Frenches on the boat.
Than having some Belgians in Trym.
Huh?
Don't you worry, young Trym.
Right.
And I just realized I've been muted for the last few seconds, and nobody heard me snickering my head off over that last comment, so I'm fine with that.
At least somebody appreciated it.
It flew right over my head. But I'm excused. I'm currently focusing on shading and highlighting a fucking hat here.
Also, it reminded me, Trym, I'm a bit disappointed you stopped chilling me on the Archcast.
That's because I lost my credit. I had to get a new card.
Mhm.
I got a new one now, but unfortunately I didn't get to turn it on until now, activate until now. So it'll be next Sunday. Don't you worry.
You're a
Tells
bad
you to be
friend.
careful in those strip clubs.
I'll start spending money for you for no return.
No, you know
No,
me.
no, no,
Don't
no.
be okay.
You missed it. You missed it. I'm gonna do it. No worries. No worries. I'm gonna start spending my own hard money for no return
No,
back to you.
seriously, it reminded me that I speak with Yiz, and she introduced me to a Swedish guy who is quite nice also, and he tried to help me a bit with the Kickstarter.
Yeah,
You
good.
may know him is Pomen, something like that.
Pullman?
Yeah, Pomen, Pomen.
Sadly, I don't. But since he's gonna help you, I'm
We
gonna
only
give him
know
a you.
one Swede.
I know a few.
This is a one Swede community, and that's like 0.75 Swedes too many.
Well, Toast is a
We
good boy.
already
He's
we already
no,
have
no,
too
no.
much.
Toast isn't a Swede. He's an honorary Norwegian.
Oh, okay. You say
You,
that.
you do remember that Prime Knight is Swedish as well, yes?
Yes, that's
No.
because he's our Swede. I made.
Oh,
I made.
he's the mascot Swede. I got
He's
it.
the
Okay.
Swede. Tolste became an honorary Norwegian. Of course, Prime Knight is the servant of said title too, so we can get another Swede if he so desires to become an honorary Norwegian.
Well, is an honorary Norwegian worth a quarter Swede? Is that about where the exchange
Why
rate
would they
is now?
want to become Norwegian?
I can't go
when
into
the Swedish
details on
government is
YouTube
doing
without getting banned. What, Bazzik?
Last time I checked, the Swedish government was being all based and shit.
Yeah, finally. Well, that's a Sultan's thing. But
They
Jesus,
finally
I'm
stopped
I'm
buttery
happy
and
for
made
them.
themselves.
I'm happy.
There's
I'm happy
absolutely
for them.
something wrong with the world. There's absolutely something wrong with the world when the Swedes and the Italians are more based than the Americans and the Canadians.
Not really. It just means that they had enough of the shit, and they were far deeper into their own shit than any of you guys. So
Oh,
I'm
no.
kind of happy that they just looked into the abyss, said,
To be fair to the
"No, thank you."
Italians, without going into the specifics because that's a Southern span, but the Italians are well aware of where certain political ideas lead you.
Yes,
That's a fair point.
I guess you can say they're seeing the red thread where
They're
it
seeing
ends.
the red flags in the situation, are they?
Yes.
The
Put this in
red
chat
threat.
because I don't want to say it on stream, but now you've given me a thought about renaming Trudeau.
That's a good one.
Wah. Well, he
I think
does
it's a
have
bit
the
too-
face color for it.
I think it's a bit too insulting to the moose, however. The red threat.
Come on, the mooses are assholes.
Well,
Yeah, but they are tasty apparently.
Fuck
They are-
yeah, they are.
moose
They
is an
are.
extremely tasty meat.
They are fucking delicious.
Twitter.
Let's say.
Twitter,
Ah,
shitter,
crap, I have
shatter.
several things I'd like to say, but they are absolutely not appropriate.
And that's
Yeah,
why
I
on
can-
Saturday you can join us in Sultan's Subject Handley, where we
If I
talk
visit-
about different things.
If I visit you, Trym, one day, and it's also with you, Alden, I want to eat some moose.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Or reindeer. Reindeer is a surprisingly good meat. It's the only reason we
we
allow
have,
the Sami.
We have caribou here as well, and yeah, it is pretty good. It tends to be a fair bit drier here because they tend to be barren ground caribou, but they're pretty good.
Moose and caribou are the same animal, no?
No, they're very different.
That's
okay.
moose and elk is the... No, wait. No,
Yeah, no,
elk.
you're right. Moose and elk are very similar.
Yeah, there's the thing though. In Norway, we call them arig, E-L.
Oh yeah. Sorry
ELG.
for the...
But the thing is, the moose in Canada is a fucking titan. In Norway, they're just fucking massive.
Oh yeah, no. As I understand it, the size differentials is Norway moose, then Canadian mainland moose, then Newfoundland moose, and then Alaskan moose are even bigger again.
Yes, it's
And yeah, I've seen Newfoundland moose flip Jeep Liberties and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
It's a
And
deer tank.
one of the most dangerous things about them is they're so tall and their legs are so spindly. If you hit one of the bastards, you wipe the legs out, and then gravity takes over and brings a 2-ton fucking moose through your windscreen.
well. By the way, do you know that a moose is an extremely good swimmer?
Yes,
Yes.
Because several
the
times when we have sailed through the like the northern parts of middle Norway, there have been several times where we see several mooses swimming over the canal, several miles, just swimming,
one
not
one
even
of the
giving a
most
shit.
common one of the most common predator of the moose is the killer whale,
Yep.
because they go in the sea and all, and yep.
Yeah,
I
but the
would
killer
pay such
whales
good
don't
money to
get
see
there.
that.
The killer whales don't go there in Norway, so the water belongs to the moose in Norway.
Baystape says moose. In Scotland, that means mouse.
Are you saying that there's a moose in this house?
Apparently, the largest moose ever recorded in the world was an Alaskan moose that weighed 1,808 pounds.
Bloody hell.
It was killed in
But
Yukon in September 1897, and a shoulder height of 7.6 feet.
that's a lot of
Yeah,
meat.
that's
That's
not
a lot of
exactly
steak.
outrageously large, but it's up in the upper average from what I've seen.
Oh, that's a lot of
The-
cured sausage. That's a lot of cured moose sausage.
How dare you? Sausage from an animal that size, you make steak or you make
No,
nothing.
you're making steak of the real meat bits, but everything else makes a sausage, dude.
Fair point.
Waste
Well, yeah,
nothing.
you've got to be a responsible hunter and eat as much as sensible.
Yes.
And then you store the rest.
Well, you make sure nothing goes to waste. at the very least.
Exactly. Honor the animal. Instead of just eating all its food and then saying you care for the planet while you're
Yeah.
fucking wiping out everything that keeps them alive.
At the
Dicks.
bare minimum, ensure you feed the offal to the dog.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't let anything just rot away.
Or you can give the
You
offal
also
to
wanna feed
the Scot because they're really into that shit. I think they call it haggis.
I think moose-based
That's
haggis
a
would
weird-
probably be pretty damn good, actually.
Moose haggis.
But it's
But what-
like all like all other cultural delicacies. It's the kind of crap you'd only eat if you're literally starving to death.
Yes, every single delicacy is. You can actually look at the inception of a delicacy and you figure out that's when they had their last famine.
Well, yeah, look at-
you can literally time famines by when a delicacy started.
Like the Chinese
Yeah, well,
three
look
squeaks.
at well, true. Look at black pudding, for example, in the English culinary, for lack of a better word.
Literally just
lexicon.
blood.
It is blood, breadcrumbs, onions, and depending on who's making it, some form of animal suet. It's actually incredibly tasty as a breakfast food.
Dude, onion in itself can be
haven't
made to
tried
everything.
it because I'm not desperate, but I have heard that of the delicacies, it's one of the better tasting ones.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't
Which
taste like
kinda
absolute
makes
shit.
sense. It's like the English congeal their blood, but there are assorted other cultures around the world that will just straight up drink blood.
There's one African tribe that actually slashes the throats of cows, I believe, and drinks the blood directly.
I don't think they slash them. They use specially tipped arrows
Oh, really?
at close range, I believe.
Oh,
And here I thought vampires weren't real.
Interesting.
what do you mean you thought vampires weren't real? Have you not seen Bezic before he gets his coffee?
The thing with blood drinking is if you drink too much as a human, it's toxic for us.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you know too much water
Yeah,
is toxic too? It's
Yeah,
called
but you
drowning.
have to
Pretty much
drink like
anything is toxic.
One of my favorite words in the English language is hydrotoxicosis.
And I don't think it's the water specifically that's toxic.
yeah, the amount.
That the water absorbs so much good stuff, and then you piss it out, that's what kills you.
Yeah. Everything goes with the bathwater, basically. Let's see.
In this case, pretty much literally. Because your
Are
kidneys
you-
like to do this thing called filtering stuff into, and they filter that using the water, so too much water, too much filtering. On a side note, what kind of fucking twisted bastard thought eating kidney was a good idea?
A really desperate person. I mean, I have the same question.
What is it wrong with kidneys?
I
You
have
piss out of them.
I have a similar question about
I
a
wouldn't think the ones
quote
I
unquote
piss out of.
delicacy. No, I just want to. I just need to put this one out there. There is this delicacy which we serve that until you eat it smells horribly, like literal as if someone has taken a shit, and that is mussels, or as we call them, blue shells. Mussels
Yeah.
smell horribly. They probably taste terribly too, because what we use to prepare them is copious amounts of carrots, chili, and
to be
so
fair-
much garlic that we would be able to kill every single vampire in Norway.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with like most seafood. You've got to be bloody desperate.
Yes. And the thing is, though, you find blue shells literally on the beach, and like, imagine how much you had to be starving to be like, yeah, you know what, this stuff, it smells like shit. From the moment you carry it in your house, and when you start boiling it, it smells even worse. But hey, yeah, I'm just gonna eat this because it's either this or death.
You got so, keeping and that. I mean, look at your fermented fish. I mean, you can tell how that became a thing. They accidentally lost some fish under a burnt down storage hut, and then, oh no, we've got a famine. Oh god, we're literally starving to death. Hey, remember when that hut burnt down with a bunch of fish in it? Screw it, we're going to die anyway. Let's give that a try.
Yep. And that's how you got lutefisk. I don't know how we got rockfisk, but you guys talk shit about lutefisk. You have no idea about rockfisk. That shit is just atrocious.
Isn't there like a shark meat thing in Scandinavia also?
I think horsetting?
I don't know the name, but I remember a thing like some people, I don't know where, maybe in Scandinavia, that let the shark meat like rot in the sun or something, and
That's a
then they
sweet thing.
eat it afterwards.
That's
Okay.
definitely a sweet thing. Or Danish.
That sounds like something I'd want to throw up all over.
Apparently, it's good.
That's what they all say.
But I remember that they had to do that or something like it's mandatory because shark meat are like toxic or something.
A lot of meats are
It's-
supposedly toxic, from what I understand.
Well, there's a lot of dishes that sound like people were just hazing each other and it just went too far.
Yeah, I dare you to eat this, dude. Oh, sure, okay, fine.
It's in Iceland. It's something called akar or okor. And don't know.
Yeah, Iceland
understand.
sounds right.
No, I'm not even gonna
It
try.
reminds me of how people keep saying, "Oh, but you can eat insects." The Asians have been eating insects for decades. Yeah, how many famines have they had?
Is
They've
there-
had more famines in the last 100 years than Europe's had in the last 600.
China's a famine every fucking year at this point.
Those were government related, not weather related. It's not the same thing at all.
Okay, very true. Never mind. I'm sorry for my cultural insensitivity.
Yes.
So apparently this is fermented shark.
Yes.
Fermented shark.
Yeah, I linked the thing in the chat.
Weird fermented fish is quite popular in those parts of the world.
Yeah, Scandinavia.
if
I'm
it
not.
can't get
I'm
you
not.
drunk,
I'm
I'm
not
not
gonna
in here.
try and defend it, but Scandinavia has this weird fetish for
I
fermented
mean-
fish.
It's probably beat starving to death, but I don't know if we go any further than that.
I mean, I once tried a fermented fish that literally tasted like vomit. And I had people standing beside me saying, "This is fucking tasty." Of course, while they were eating that, they were also swallowing whole shot glasses full of akavit. which is basically
Well,
a
that-
strong spirit.
Yeah, in other words, they
Yeah,
were stripping
so-
their taste buds of all sensation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And if all of those aren't bad enough, then there's frigging surströmming,
Oh,
which isn't just fermented fish; it's actually rotten fish.
Yeah.
I have a funny list of apparently the most famous and appreciated Norwegian specialties in dishes.
Okay.
So the number one, farikal,
Oh,
mutton and cabbage.
Okay, we're not going to talk too much shit about that because that is actually good, but it is stupid how simple it is to make.
Sounds like cabbage rolls.
It is, you just take cabbage
Yep.
and water and mutton and just boil it.
And then there it is.
Add salt and pepper. That's
That's
it.
basically a jig's dinner here in Newfoundland.
Yeah, there is like pepper bread
I mean,
in the
come on,
picture.
Trym. Cabbage on its own is a fucking starvation food.
Yes.
Oh, it's worse than that for me actually, because if I eat cabbage, I throw up. Hooray for
Okay,
So,
should I then
number-
mention that I really like just snacking on cabbages because they're fucking delicious?
Look,
Number
the
two.
only acceptable use for cabbage is coleslaw.
Number
No, the
two,
only acceptable
something.
use for cabbage is
Ah.
to feed things that I want to eat.
So number two, a thing called lapskaus.
Lobscouse, yes, that is also disgustingly delicious. Doesn't look good, but
Or is
when
it
you
just
try it,
disgusting?
it's vegetables, meat, and meat starch.
Vegetables? Ew.
So the traditional thing is made with beef, potatoes, carrot, swede, I don't know, and leeks.
Yes. And also, if you want to
Did you
do it,
say
if
that
you
was
want to
made
do it,
with sweets?
we had a disagreement, and then we decided to get creative. Enough about that.
So number three is some meatballs named kjøttkaker.
Kjøttkaker, it is literally meatballs. Kjøttkak
Okay.
is meatball.
Yeah, you can laugh at my pronunciation.
It's okay. I understand what you're meaning. That's surprising me.
And apparently this is another recipe of the Swedish meatball. This is not the same thing.
No. Stop saying Swedish meatballs. We do fucking better meatballs than they'll ever do.
Swedish meatballs, you mean horse flavor?
Yes. Findus. It's a
So
brand in Norway.
number four. Apparently this is it's special. Not everyone likes it. Something called smalahove.
Oh, that's the southern Norwegian thing. Smalahove is basically dried salted sheep's head that has been boiled.
Dried salted sheep's head that has been boiled.
Yes.
I mean, that basically sounds like Norwegian haggis.
And you
No,
and,
it sounds like black metal.
and also here's another fun thing. We serve that on the first buffet every time
Yeah.
we go from our first destination. And it never gets more than half empty. This time the bowl got empty and I had to refill it.
Yep, black metal.
Fucking
And
Australian and their fucking eating habits.
Apparently, this is a meal served around Christmas.
Look, we're fattening up for the inevitable communist famines.
I'm on a
And
diet. I'm doing it
apparently,
wrong.
the dish originates from the district of Voss, an hour by train from Bergen.
Yes, I have a friend who lives in Voss. She's awesome. And she hates Smalahove.
Another number five, a bit more simpler. Something called rommegrot.
Oh yeah, it's basically like making oatmeal with milk. Just don't use oats and instead just use sour cream. Rømme is sour cream.
Yeah, sour cream porridge.
Yes, it's pretty good actually. It's a nice.
It look good.
It's not really dinner. It's more of a thing you make if you want some warm treats.
Number six on the list, raspeball, potato dumpling.
Oh yeah, that is.
Potato dumplings at least sounds vaguely normal.
It does not look as. Okay, the thing is, my father loves it. I hate it because it is traditional to have those with sauce made out of brown cheese. Now, brown cheese is fucking delicious. The problem is, you're not supposed to use it for warm food, especially when you got potatoes with it.
All the picture looks very good. It
Oh, it
make me
looks
hungry.
it looks good, and there's a 50-50 chance you'll love it or you'll hate it. It's one of those foods. Either you'll love it and crave it for the rest of your
I
life,
think
or you'll hate it.
I think if I come to Norway with you, Trym, I think that I will just give you a big amount of money and say, feed me.
That can be arranged. Hey, I just want to see you fucking eat it and see your reactions to it. But have you
Oh,
found? But see what I typed in the chat. Rakfisk.
yeah.
Yes, is that on the list? Might also be called rakafisk. That is the
Nope.
fucking bane
No,
of
it's
my
not on the
childhood.
list.
Then it must be a Swedish creation because that is one of the most foul-smelling, horrid-tasting things. It is terrible, and yet everyone who was born from the 1950s and before just swear to God it's one of the best celebration dinners ever. While it's fucking horrible, smell, taste, and everything. It's just it
Yeah, no,
smells like fish death, not dead
the
fish,
list
fish death.
the list I have is the most popular and traditional, so it's like the people that like. So maybe for what I see, apparently, yeah, this is like a very controversial food. You speak of like the lax fisk.
No, the rockfisk is very popular for like celebration
Okay.
It's for cocktails and stuff like that too. It's dinner. It can be used for anything. And okay, I'm gonna tell a fun little story. My mom and dad love it. Mom loves to eat it. She hates the smell. My dad likes the smell and to eat it. Me and my brother, every time when it was like, oh, they're gonna have a party, we didn't know it. We didn't know it because they told us. We felt the smell of that putrid fucking fish, and we're like, oh, look, either we're gonna be sent off to our grandmas, or we're gonna have to spend all night playing games. Cool. We didn't mind it except for the fucking
The
smell. But
funny
I
thing
was
about the dish, funny thing about the dish, the latest usage of the name Raksfisk date from 1348.
oh
But
god.
apparently the origin of the dish may be much, much older.
That does not surprise me based on the fucking putrid stench of the thing. But yeah, here's another fun thing. Me and my brother always made a big show of how it was just horrible, right? And then my mom and dad decided, just like, okay, fine, if you're gonna keep bitching, you gotta have to try it. And me and my brother was like, no, 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 you cannot pay us enough. And then dad is like, at that point, I wasn't as greedy as I am now, but then my brother was really starting to feel the burn in the wallet because he got a moped and he was starting to have to pay his own gas money. And then it's like my dad brought out a just a large sum of money. It's like if you eat that one thing, you can have this. He also said that to me. He's like, but I was just like, no, 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 thank you, no, not enough money's worth that. Of course, now I would have eaten it without a problem for that amount of money, but still. And my brother just looked at it, looked at my dad, then looked at money, looked at my mom, then he grabbed it and ate it, and he just knelt over and just had to fight himself because he was eating it and swallowing it, but later he just felt like an hour curled in a ball. Oh man.
Apparently, this is quite close of the surströmming Swedish thing.
Yes, it is the closest thing we have to surströmming, but I don't know if it's a Norwegian thing or if it's a Swedish thing.
Well, apparently on Wikipedia page, Norwegian ate more or less 500 ton of Rasvik per year.
Yes, 500 tons. That smell is
Yeah.
burned into my nose.
So for much better food, number 7 on the list is something called pinocchio.
Pinocchio. That's good. That's
Yeah, and it looks not so special, so it's like a lamb's rim or something. But apparently, for this dish, you have to soak the meat for 30 hours and then steam it for 3 hours.
yes.
So it's a
is.
very long process.
It is fucking delicious. If you eat pinocchio and it's like I don't like it, then you're not human. It's simple as it is. It is like the spare ribs of sheep meat.
Yeah, you quite like lamb, sheep, mutton, and all. And I quite like too.
Yeah.
So number 8. Oh my god, the pronunciation. You must laugh a lot with my Norwegian pronunciation. So number 8, fiskebolle I hvitsaus.
Oh, you almost said it right.
I mean,
Or-
that almost sounds like English, just with a bad accent.
Fiskboller I hvit saus. That's how we say it where I'm from, and it is fucking delicious.
It's fish ball with bechamel sauce.
Yes, or as we just call it, white sauce. Coated in the white
Kind of
sauce.
funny how languages work, because that's almost exactly what it sounds like.
Yep. We are related.
It's almost like small sushi,
It-
but like
it-
ball.
it is basically meat from white fish, usually cod, sometimes halibut, but mostly cod. And then let's see, I'm just gonna get myself something to drink. Mostly cod. Then the meat is pulped and turned into a puree, usually added with some eggs as well to keep them solid, as well as sometimes a bit flour also works. And then they're usually boiled or heated up. Then you make the bechamel or the white sauce, boil some potatoes. Then you take not bacon slices, but bacon dices, cook them to a beautiful crisp, and then you take curry. Enjoy. It's fucking amazing.
And then you have your weird thing, brunost brown cheese.
Yes.
I don't know what is this abomination.
I always have to fucking tell this to every guest I meet on the boat because like, oh my god, brown cheese. It's quite simple. It is caramelized cheese curd. That's it. It's caramel
Not
cheese.
worth it, but again, that sounds like something that was absolutely invented by accident.
Well, actually, I don't think you're too far off there because it's from the old mindset of Norway where waste not, want not was the prime idea of everything. So.
Oh yeah, like absolutely, you can tell that someone was like heating something, forgot about it for a bit, came back and went, ah, crap.
It's funny because
it's either that or they when you make cheese, right? When you turn milk into cheese, the curd is usually sweated out by the cheese. It's separated. So they would take the curd, then they would heat it up and turn the sugar to caramel because curd is usually very sweet. And then it's like, fuck, this actually works. It's good. Now the thing is, you're not supposed to eat brown cheese like regular cheese. You're supposed to eat it on pastry or waffles or pancakes or lappe, as we call them.
it's very special because on the look of the brown cheese I have in the picture, it's a mix between like bread and cheese.
Yes. Brown cheese is something I just grew up with. You can't find a single Norwegian that hasn't eaten brown cheese, and it's different kinds. You have one that is made out of cream, like cream from regular cream from cows, and then you have made out of regular cow's milk, goat's milk, and they have different texture. They all have the same texture, I mean, but they have different intensities of taste.
On number 10, we have some waffle, but apparently you have your own recipe. Yeah, you do waffles, but Belgian waffle are better. So number 11.
Hey! Don't knock it till it's tried, Belgian boy.
Number 11, you have something called lefse.
Lefse? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Basically, it's a soft pastry.
Yeah, on the look of it, it's like a mix, something akin to crepe or pancake.
It's more similar to a sweet pancake, but it is of a thicker consistency. And what is used to those is that you cook two of them, then you take butter, sugar, and cinnamon, mix it together, then you put that between the letza, and then you eat it. And again, it's fucking delicious.
On number 12, you have a bread, but I'm not sure what is the thing I'm supposed to see. Something called grovbrod.
Oh, wait, what?
What, grovbrod?
Yeah, you don't have dark bread?
Yeah, but
Bread
that's
made
the
out
thing.
of
It's
rye.
like
Made out of regular rye or heavier grain. Darker grain.
I don't know the name, but yeah. But apparently you have a special type.
Wholemeal.
Yeah, wholemeal bread. It's also made out of rye and other things. It's really fucking common though.
So
yeah, we have that in Belgium also.
Yeah.
it's just, so all that's going on is the Norwegians have fucked up the name in their own language.
It makes more sense to call it grovbrød anyway.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not fine. Because the flour isn't finely pulped. It's a lot more grov, which is I don't know, crude. I guess you can call it. I guess a direct translation would be crude bread.
Yeah.
And
It's
then in
supposed to be better for you because it's less processed or some crap.
Well, sometimes, but there's also used with a wider array of seeds in it, and it's pretty good. When you're a kid, you don't like it because there's too much seeds and shit that sticks between your teeth, and also you like simpler flavors, which fine bread have a tendency of having. But when you get older, grovbrød is just generally better in every single goddamn way.
and then apparently you have a special ice cream.
Now I'm interested.
Something
They haven't
called,
ruined ice cream, have they?
something called troll creme.
Oh no,
Troll cream.
that is not ice cream, dude. That is not ice cream.
Okay.
It looks like it, but it's not. It is actually meringues. Meringues. Yeah.
because its name there is like something related to that, something called lingonberry cream.
Yes, it is, but it's not cream. It is meringues whipped and then mixed with lingonberries.
Okay.
And it
sorry, I thought it was an ice cream because it looked like
it looks like it because it's stiff like it. But the thing is, it's one of those hit and miss kind of things. Either you like it or you don't really have an opinion about it. Goes really well with the different kinds of Christmas breads, though, like rullekake. Man, I want
So
some
next stream we will talk about the Australian top food.
It is poisonous animal number 1, poisonous animal number 2, death from above here, and drop bear droppings.
I mean, Australian cuisine is basically traditional Australian cuisine is literally all the shit that we could steal from other countries.
You know, I thought Australia
of course
was
we
more.
don't have traditional food. The whole fucking country's only 120 years old.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah,
No,
actually,
the only thing
Hmm?
actually there are a couple of things that are quintessentially Australian. You've got like Anzac biscuits and pavlova. And
Oh.
pavlova is, my god, it's delicious, but it's
Oh.
also 99% sugar.
Oh yeah, but fuck, it's so good.
Yeah,
What
because
what
it's
you
not
say?
9% sugar. Pavlova.
If you
Oh yeah, I
haven't
have
tried
it.
pavlova,
I
you
ha-
haven't lived.
I have it in the list.
Yeah.
There is also something called barramundi.
But
Barramundi, it's just a type of fish.
Okay.
It's a popular fish in Australia, but because
And
it's
then you have your so hated Vegemite on toast.
yeah, but yeah, it's because everyone does it wrong.
hey,
You
Besnick,
need to
what's the
start
thing
off
with
with teensy
Vegemite?
tiny amounts until you build a resistance.
What's Vegemite? I know the thing, but
It's
can you
like
describe
a
the taste?
yeast extract.
What?
There is no describing the taste. It is its very own special thing. And but yeah, like
It's a
how
yeast extract.
yes, and it's extremely salty.
Oh.
But it is also delicious if you use. The problem is, people
I'm
who've never
sorry, I
tried.
came back to the conversation and heard it's extremely salty, but it's delicious. Are we talking about the mermacy again?
No,
I was talking about
Almost.
Vegemite. Almost.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried
no,
Vegemite, but they do sell it in the store here.
the problem is, people who've never tried it before, they'll get some Vegemite and then they'll spread it like fucking Nutella. No, you use like a when you're trying Vegemite for the first time, it's like when you're putting on fucking toothpaste on your toothbrush. They say use a teensy tiny pea-sized amount of tooth, and that's all you use with Vegemite. Like you barely have a micron thick layer across the bread. Until you become accustomed to it, and then you'll just slather it on like a motherfucker. Because
Sounds like
I have
Besnick has
I have a
experience.
question. I have a question about your food specialty, Bezek. What the fuck is a lamington?
oh god, that's enough. Okay, so you take a sponge cake, you cut it into squares, then you roll it in chocolatey icing, then you roll it in coconut.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, there's not a single thing about that description that I did not love.
I mean,
Well, that's why it's really popular.
oh,
It
that
it,
looks
it looks
tasty.
weird.
That
It
looks tasty.
it's tasty as hell.
We have something similar called a snowball here.
Yeah, I mean it's probably pretty much exactly the same.
Chocolate instead of the golden cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess that's.
But yeah, just a regular sponge cake and yeah.
So it sounds like you're saying the Newfoundland version is superior. Noted.
No, Newfoundlanders have done nothing right.
It has to be
bastards
counted as
willingly
a
joined
country
Canada.
to be superior.
Excuse me,
Newfoundland
we were our own
cuisine.
country.
You
Yes, and you're
were.
stupid enough to give it up to be part of fucking Canada. You could
Well-
have tried joining America, you fucking idiots.
Hang on, we
And,
did.
apparently,
you
you also
failed.
have a weird fetish of fairy bread.
What?
Fairy
I
bread.
had none of that.
Yeah,
Fairy bread?
Yeah, fairy bread.
Hey, isn't
I
also an
mean,
ice cream
it's-
called Golden Gay Time?
Yes, but if you fuckers would shut up and speak one at a time, I can answer
Okay.
your bloody questions. Fairy bread is a kid's food. It's really popular amongst kids because it's the kind of thing that you can give them and send them off, tell them to shut up and look after themselves, and it's perfectly fine.
Oh.
You take white bread, has to be white bread, preferably as sugary as possible. You give them some butter or margarine to put layer on it, then you give them sprinkles to put on it. And what the fuck was that?
I
That was my
understand.
alarm telling me I have to go shill my daily video.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just a little kiddly snack. So if it sounds stupid, it's a kid snack. Of course it sounds dumb.
There is a kid snack that is illegal after the fuck. What's the time called when alcohol became
Prohibition.
taboo? Yeah, during the after Norwegian prohibition, it became illegal.
Ah, follow.
Yeah,
I thought Kinder eggs being illegal in the States was bad enough, but this
No,
sounds
the
like
thing
a
is,
whole other level of weirdness.
there was 100 years of Norwegian history where everybody was drinking moonshine.
Basic.
Yep. So it was as stupid as as pointless as everything else. What?
I have found a golden treasure.
What? Has he found the golden gay time?
Yes. Golden gate time. It's an ice
Yeah,
cream apparently you love in Australia.
Yes. Well, when you're done being an illiterate, try thinking about what the original meaning of gay was before
Happy.
it was co-opted for that stupid political movement. Yes,
I
Trym has
don't
got it.
care.
So
I
it's a
don't
golden
care.
happy time.
Ah. Australia is
Typical
gay.
uncultured fucking Frenchie.
Hon, 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 hon.
You.
Let him have his fun.
Yep.
Get it out of your system.
He's a child. He's a fucking child.
Okay, I've got to admit though, when I was 16 and first heard there was an ice cream called Golden Gay Time, I did have a similar reaction.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, it is funnier now considering the alteration of the word. Hey, there's also back to Starship Troopers. I remember reading the book, and there was in one part where, of course, it was written when gay still meant happy, right? So,
Yeah.
Juan Rico, as he walked down, he was describing himself as he was walking down, all cocky and gay, and that's if I remember correctly. That's right before he either slugged someone or talked shit to them, which resulted in him getting punished, whipped or some shit, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day, before when it actually meant something of value, before it was co-opted for political bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know who gave it. Was it the people being prosecuted for it or whatever? I don't honestly give a fuck at this point.
I mean, there's certain political groups like to steal words and distort them so that it makes them sound special. It makes them sound like they have some validity.
Sounds like a very buggy thing. Arachnid, even.
Did you know that?
Apparently,
Did
also
you
in
know? Shut up, Belgian! Did you know? On a completely unrelated note, Trym, did you know that Heinlein meant the bugs to be like communists? And I'm from Buenos Aires, and I say,
kill them all. Now,
yes.
now, as you mentioned that.
Now you can talk.
No.
Chris.
I just want to finish. I just want to say this one before we let the Belgian run off again. There is a reason why I have waited so many years for a Starship Troopers horde shooter. Belgian, the floor is yours.
Yeah, apparently the Australian have a weird fetish for meat pie and sausage rolls.
Doesn't all of the British people do that?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, it's related with the Golden Gate time, I think.
What?
Huh?
Sausage, gate time.
No. Look, you're a fucking Frenchie. What's so strange about taking meat and wrapping it in pastry?
Nothing, because meat in salt pastry is fucking delicious, and the fact that I can't have any at the moment is pissing me off.
Yeah, but sausage is always, phallic.
Okay,
I
now
mean,
that I'm
what
done
can
shilling
you
myself
expect
out,
from the people that eat fucking snails, Trym?
Fair enough.
I was
I'm not
about to
French.
point out that the French are the people who decided to eat snails from the ground, like frigging Renfields.
I mean, bad enough that they decided to go for the frogs, you know? They had a hard enough time getting chemicals to turn them gay. And now
Oh,
the
now
Frenchies eat them?
we will see. We will look about the
Payscape in the
Newfoundland.
chat. Payscape in
Newfoundland.
the chat. If the French knew how to wrap their meat properly, there wouldn't be so fucking many of them.
Oh.
Dear. Yes,
So
let us return to the Belgian Newfoundland rivalry then.
no,
You were
no,
saying,
no,
Discord?
not rivalry, but
Hey,
special food you can
hey,
find.
Belgium versus Newfoundland isn't even a rivalry because they have to be a country in order to be considered a rival.
Yeah,
Belgium
Newfoundland is not
wins.
a country.
Excuse me, weren't you founded as a colony of Denmark?
No.
No, we were our own thing, but we ended up getting obliterated by the Black Death because God saw how awesome we were and decided we needed a nerf, and he over nerfed us. Like the
So
bitch he is.
apparently,
Kind of how we ended up under Trudeau.
Oh my god, you children!
my
Can you
dear,
stop talking over each other?
my
Sorry.
dear
Good
Arnold.
fucking Belgian talk.
So there is something called in Newfoundland called Jig's Dinner.
Yes.
Huh?
Jig's
Yep.
Dinner, Jiggs.
Jigs.
You go ahead and tell them. You go ahead and give the rundown, Christopher. I want to hear the
Salt
description you
beef,
give.
spuds, carrot,
Oh.
cabbage, and turnip.
Oh. There's not a
Yeah.
single thing I disliked about that.
Except the
Oh.
cabbage. Fuck cabbage.
Yes,
Oh,
all
culture.
boiled together in a pot until you could basically drink it with a straw.
That is basically lobscouse just overboiled, I hear.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Also, you
Then
need
you
brown
have-
sauce.
Then you have cod tongues.
Oh, dear lord. We got that shit too in Norway, only we cover them with flour.
Whoa. What do you mean that shit? No. Cod tongues are a great meal.
No,
If
they
you like
are
scallops-
they are technically tasty. The problem is when it is the haggis effect. When you find out when you eat them, they're delicious. When you find out what they are, they're no longer delicious.
We actually have a joke about that here. A Newfoundlander married a Mainlander woman, brought her home to Newfoundland to meet his parents, and the mother was cooking supper when they came in, and the Mainlander said, "What are you cooking?" And the mother said, "Well, we're making cod tongues because that's my son's favorite." And the young woman said, "Oh, disgusting! I won't eat anything that comes out of a fish's mouth." So the mother offered her a boiled egg.
Yep. Then we have something called scrunchions.
Scrunchions. Yep.
Hmm.
Trym will like this when you describe it.
Go on.
Cubes of pork back fat, fried gently till the fat is rendered and they become salt spangled porky puff of pure joy. That's the name of the name of the thing apparently.
Huh.
Yes. And there is I suppose we could call it a snack food or a delicacy for the Americans. It's known as pork rinds. Basically, it's the same idea. It's the skin of the pig. And
We actually have those. We just call it swood. And it's the best part of the rib. Okay, this one is something that annoyed me. Chris, why didn't you mention ribbe? That is the most delicious fucking thing. It is this whole side of a pig, from within the rib bone, all the way out to the skin. It is delicious beyond compare. Especially when the fucking pig skin is turned to these crunchy pieces and the meat is just, oh god, yes.
Yeah, that's basically what scrunchions is what you're describing with the pig skin.
Yes, but also the rest of the meat all the way to the rib.
That does sound really good, actually.
That, my friend, is the most delicious fucking thing you'll ever eat, ever. Especially if it's made right. You can make it good, but when you cook it perfectly, that the outside of the meat is crispy and the inside you don't even need teeth for it. And pig meat is beautifully salted, and you just need to add a little bit of pepper and some other spices. It is so fucking good. It takes a lot of time to make, but dear God, it's worth the wait. I want ribs now.
Then there is something quite interesting. Something called Teuton.
Oh, Toutons.
Oh yeah, sorry.
The
Yeah,
hell are
that's
those?
bannock. What else would it be called? Fry bread. It's basically bread dough that's deep fried.
Oh,
And that's almost universal in every culture.
Hmm.
Yeah, fried dough. Stormy Eyes points out. Yeah.
yeah, we got something similar. Only instead of frying it, we just cook him over a fire.
And then there is
Okay.
something quite weird. Something called caribou moss.
Caribou, what now?
Caribou
Caribou
moss.
moss.
Caribou
moss.
moose.
No,
Moss.
caribou moss.
I have to look that up because that might be from
I
a part of
think
the island
that's
I'm not from.
dying in accent.
Very
Well,
possible.
caribou moss
Has
is a
it?
lichen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a lichen from the ground.
Lichen?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. It's basically what caribou eat,
Oh,
but it's not something I've had. It's different, and you have to realize too, Newfoundland is very spread out, and they may be including things from Labrador in this list as well, and that's not exactly the same as the
wait,
islands.
Labrador isn't just a dog?
No.
No. The
No,
Newfoundland
'cause
dog and the Labrador Retriever both come from this province.
Oh,
there is something
good
called
boys.
Labrador tea at the end.
Yeah, that's, if I recall correctly, made with spruce needles.
Labradors are the goodest boys right after Border Collies.
I think a good Labrador kicks the hell out of a good Border Collie, personally.
I'm biased because one of my favorite dogs was a Border
It
Collie
depends on
called Rex.
what you want them for. If
True.
you want a high energy dog to go running with, take the border collie. If you want a middling energy, largish dog that's great with everyone, you go with the Labrador.
Well, you can go running with a Labrador too. It's just that it might run around you and wrap you up in the leash.
There is something quite weird looking also that I found in Newfoundland dishes. Something called figgy duff.
Figgy Duff, yeah, raisin pudding.
Huh?
It's a raisin pudding.
Oh,
It's
raisin
kind
pudding.
of a bread pudding with raisins in it.
That doesn't sound too horrible.
The look
No,
is
it's actually quite
special.
good.
Huh.
Yeah,
Man,
it's a different looking food.
so
But
what I'm
you have
hearing,
some pie also.
what I'm hearing is that when the Sultan meetup is gonna happen, there's gonna be a lot of different foods.
Oh god, yeah. If I can get cod tongues for you guys, I will.
Sounds good to me.
And
No.
the final one in my list is fish and brewies.
Huh?
Fish
No.
and brews is boiled salted fish. Well, you take salt fish, preserved
Ooh.
fish. Trym's already watering over this.
No,
one.
not wandering over it, but I know where this could go because that is how lutefisk was made,
Okay.
the basis of it, and after the fire, it's one of the many creation myths of it, but after the fire, it was the barrels with the salted preservatives that actually survived. And it's like, we're starving,
Okay.
might as well.
Yeah, fair enough. But you take saltfish, you soak it, and when that's kind of ready to go, I think you only rinse it a couple of times. Stormy Eyes is from Newfoundland. She might have a better grasp on the cooking of it than I do. But you use hard bread, as the brews, and it's if I remember right, butter and yeah, fish and brews is not really a thing in my family. When it comes to hard bread in my family, normally it's soaked overnight so it softens, and then you bake it in the oven for till it gets kind of warmed through, and cover it with butter and sugar, and that's basically a breakfast food. And it is also very good.
That
And Based Ape in the chat is now terrified because he knows that he's just discovered that we're thinking about meeting up.
we've been
I
talking
don't
about it
think
for
we're
years.
concerned. He'll be there.
Yeah, it's worse than that, Monkey. You're coming with us.
He
Or it
he
might
was
be even worse, we might come
invited
to you.
years ago, and he was even then
Here we go.
informed that he was not allowed to say no.
And Stormy has weighed in. She says it's salt fish, hard bread, soaked overnight, butter, savory, and onions.
Ooh.
Savory,
Okay,
for the record, is the English savory spice. I don't know if Trym's ever cooked with it or not.
That
Savory
doesn't sound
spice.
horrendous.
No, it's
What's the name again? Sorry.
savory.
Savory.
Literally savory.
Yeah,
No,
it's,
I don't know the Norwegian words for it, and I don't have Google readily available.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you looked it up, you would probably... I'd have to look up the plant name for you, like the scientific name of the plant, and see if I could find it.
Why not
Find it as a
just
Norwegian
write
reference.
write the name on Google and then just write Norwegian behind it? That's the best way of figuring it out.
Because savory means both the type of food and the spice.
Then
Like,
just write
just
savory
don't get the type of
write
food.
savory spice and then Norwegian behind. Google will do
Yeah,
the
because
rest.
that works so well.
It does
It's
for
also
me.
known as summer savory, if that makes any difference.
God damn it.
Savory in Norwegian. Let's see what I got.
Monkey says that he has his maid appointment that day.
Adjective.
So he's gonna be dressing up like a
Lekker?
maid.
Akut?
Yes.
Now imagine a monkey
No,
in a maid dress.
that's when he has his appointment with Trudeau.
Oh,
Let me see here.
I don't know whether to laugh or feel sorry for the guy.
Trudeau has a final solution to the monkey problem.
You know, I will point out that Crow is running what he calls a cleaning business. So essentially, he employs people to do maid work.
Have you played Persona? Have you guys played Persona 5? You know what the teacher does?
Of course we haven't played fucking Persona 5.
I
God.
don't.
You know that? Have you seen the cultured art, Basic?
Yes.
Yes. You know that tired-looking chick with the black, messy hair?
The teacher, yes, of course I do.
Yes, she is
Jesus
actually.
Christ.
The reason why she has a maid dress is because she's part of a maid service thing, which is in Japan used either as a cleaning service or as a prostitution ring.
Or both.
I will have to leave you boys because I'm starting to have a bad migraine.
Ah, sorry, dude.
I just had one earlier today, so I feel your pain. Almost literally.
Yeah, no
Get
worries.
some rest, dude. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Have a nice one. It was fun, boys.
Likewise,
later,
dude.
man.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Abiento. Yeah, I'm having a hell of a time finding anything other than the adjective savory
All right,
in Norwegian.
I
I
can
found one
try.
that might be right. Lekker or smackfult.
No.
Yeah, it won't. It's not telling me the plant. So let me just
Smakfullt.
see what I can...
Smakfullt. Oh, yeah. Oh, lekkert. Smakfullt. Yeah, that is meant as the savory as in the taste.
Yeah,
Not the spice. Savoy. Is it Savoy? Nah, can't be.
Prime's here. He says he was home from work yesterday as he got a migraine at about 2 at night.
Gee.
Oof.
How the fuck
sounds
do you all get
awful.
these migraines?
Weather does it to me.
Oh. Isn't that like sort of a serious medical condition?
It can
Yes,
be.
it's a headache on steroids and meth.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Yes,
had
with a
bad
crack- with a
headaches,
crack
but
chaser.
I can't really say I've had it. I've had some intense headaches
No,
before.
no, you probably haven't. You'll fucking know. I haven't had a migraine, but I'm told that you'll fucking know it if you do.
Yeah, I have a friend who used to have really bad migraines to the point where Norwegian painkillers wouldn't help, so he got them ordered specially from America. This menacing looking fucking orange jar. Whenever he popped one, he just went on like a light.
That's about what you want for a migraine.
The scientific name for summer savory is Ceterea hortensis. So I don't know if that will help in Norwegian, but let's have a look.
Sadly, oh, you can try that though. I unfortunately don't know.
See what I get. Okay, yeah. Not helping.
God damn it.
Originally, it was used or rather, when black pepper was imported originally to the English mainland, or the English island rather, uh, it began to replace savory. Savory was the original herb that was used for flavor.
Oh, okay. The fact that I don't remember it because we probably have used it in Norway.
Yeah, the most common use for it here is usually in stuffing for turkey.
Okay,
The
sorry,
green herb that
I
you
need
use.
to see if I can find it. Just pardon me. Look at the
I'll put the
shoe.
scientific name in the show chat there so you can see it. It might help you find it.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Bezic, what is the weirdest thing that you are proud of about Australia?
The weirdest thing I'm proud of about Australia. God, am I proud of anything about Australia?
You had to be proud about something in your homeland.
Says the Canadian.
Well, I mean, we're both trans-Texan, and we both have things that we go, okay, yeah, no, this is still a good thing about where we're from.
Yeah, but I don't know any good
Mermaids.
things about being in Australia.
Dugongs?
No. We don't have dugongs in Australia, for fuck's sake.
Oh,
We might. Or do we? I don't know.
it's called
I
sod.
think so.
Throw
Yeah,
that
we
into
we
the
don't use this
show
in
chat?
Norway. It's called sod.
Of course we
SAR.
don't use
Sod.
it in Norway. It was replaced by pepper. You guys probably had
Yeah.
pepper before you even heard of England.
Pretty much. All right.
That's probably unfair. I'd say Trym's Viking ancestors probably brought savory back from England.
We
I
brought a
thought
lot
they were
of
too
things
busy
back from
bringing
England.
the English women back from England.
Well, that too, right?
Well, we didn't bring that many of them with us, but we did leave gifts. Not really, agreeable all the time, but hey, consent wasn't really that much of a big deal back in the day. I'm just gonna stop it right there before I go too far. Anyway, back to what you were talking about.
I think we've kind of petered out on the subject, actually. Still waiting for Bezic to name something he's proud of about his homeland.
Wow,
Rugby?
now we have to wait for the heat death of the
Fuck
universe.
rugby. Anyone who likes rugby's dumber than soccer fans.
Rugby,
No wonder Spoon doesn't
dude,
come around
rugby
anymore.
is just ew.
Yeah, I heard none of that because you two idiots decide to have an entire fucking conversation at the same time. Would either of you like to try that again, one at a time?
I just made fun of rugby by saying, "Oh, rugby, ew," and then probably Arden said something more, I don't know, intelligent.
I'm not much more intelligent. I just said that it's no wonder Spoon doesn't come around anymore with all the hate for rugby.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Rugby is a bit cool.
If I want to see some brain damaged idiots rubbing all over each other, I just go down to the train station.
Oof.
Oh.
Hey, at least you don't try to make a national sport out of it while
And
dressing yourself in
rugby's the
armor.
greatest sport, you degenerates. Rugby is just boo hurt for people without money.
Hey, at least it's not turned into a national sport like the Americans
Not
did.
only is rugby not the greatest of sports, the rugby monkey's thinking of is not the same rugby.
Also true, yeah. Here they call it Aussie rules football.
Yeah, but we've got like 4 brands of football that are all stupid. And
We
then
just got
there's
one
soccer.
football. We just got one type of football, and that is the one where you use the foot to kick the ball. The one that makes sense.
What, you don't mean you don't mean hand to blade spheroid?
No. Football. I'm going to use my actual language. Football. Or I'm going to use my accent. Football. Football.
All I'm hearing is fuckball.
No, though. Yes, to that
It's
too.
still better. It's still better than the American hand egg. So
Yeah. Hey, I like to call that rugby for pussies.
mean, at least they have the decency to be permanently brain damaged. Oh, wait.
You're thinking about boxing now.
Boxing. At least
Don't you
it's...
just hate it don't you just hate it when a football match breaks out in the boxing ring?
How was it one of my friends put it? Football is brain damage on grass. Hockey is brain damage on ice.
You know what the funniest, you know what the best thing is? Hockey is pretty meh, in my opinion, right? But if you want to see hockey, some people say, "Oh, hockey is brutal as shit," but if you want to see proper hockey, like in the spirit of brutality and where people just doesn't give a fuck about their own well-being, look up hockey for cripples, handicap hockey, because their motto in every game is, "We're already fucked, so we don't have to worry about anything." I have seen people going after each other and the pucks with these tiny sleds which have sharp knives in the front, as if they're Viking berserkers staking the ground. I've seen
that sounds pretty wise.
I've seen a dude with no legs on that sled stake his way towards a guy with no arms who had the stakes made on his prosthetics, and they said they were aiming for the puck, but everybody knew they were gunning for each other.
Oh yeah, no, sledge hockey is a brutal sport, and yes, it is in fact real.
I have a cousin who plays it, and he just... we were supposed to meet once, but he had to cancel it because he had to go to the doctor, because after the latest round he got like a 10-centimeter gash in his arm. But he was pretty proud of himself because he still managed to score.
So he was playing defense then.
Much defense as it can play in that game, because he was part of the charge.
Oh yeah, no. The great thing about Paralympic sports, things like sledge hockey, or as they call it, ice killing, and things like wheelchair basketball, or as I've heard it referred to more colloquially, murder ball.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's great watching those things, because I mean, these are guys who are already paralyzed in general from the waist down, or missing
What they
limbs,
gotta
or what have you.
lose?
Exactly.
What the fuck have they got left to lose?
They are just they're just embracing the chaos. It's like,
Yeah,
I think it would be a more calming thing to watch a bunch of cornered berserkers and orcs fight each other.
Well,
At least there's less bloodlust.
Yeah, when the coach says leave everything on the field, he really means it. That guy's looking really cool.
Oh yeah, actually, it's not just he got a gash on it. Sorry, I just remembered. He didn't just get a gash on his arm, he also got 3 molars knocked out.
So a proper hockey player.
Yep.
So I've been trying to think of anything in this shithole country that I'm proud of. And every time I think of something, I remember, oh right, that's not the same fucking country. It's all like 30, 40 fucking years old.
At least you don't have a tendency of copulating with your sheep.
You say that, but we still have Tasmania.
I don't know much about Tasmania, and I don't want to know if that's the baseline.
I found a list of 200 significant Australians.
Ned Kelly?
Name one of them who's done something useful in the last 30 or 40 years.
That is going to be my goal. I will have a look through this page and see what I think. Monkey in chat says there's a disabled hockey festival in Missouri, March 30th to April 2nd next year. This is where we need to meet up.
Hell yeah.
I will not drink with disabled hockey players. That's just asking for trouble.
Hey, if you want to live dangerously and prove you're a man,
why
try
don't
it.
you put a stick through the spokes of their wheelchair?
You think that'll stop them? Have you seen them crawl?
But can they crawl faster than I can run away?
Yes.
There's a secondary link to 100 important living Australians. I'll click that instead. So that's
I
a
guarantee
better...
that list is nothing of fucking value.
I was gonna say
Possibly
this,
not.
Besek. I did actually once suggest to my cousin once because he has, to put it mildly, impressive upper arm strength. And I once told him that, if I just kicked you over the chair, you wouldn't be able to do shit. And then he jumped off his wheelchair and just... You guys see? Have you guys seen the leaper from Dead Space? That. And I like stood there like, and then he just got back, and then got on the wheelchair and looked at me. He was like, "So, what now?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, point proven."
Yeah,
I mean, that does
go
sound
ahead,
like a Trym thinking error.
I'm not pissed. I'm never gonna piss off a crippled athlete because they don't fight normally. They're just dangerous. You can't win. Okay, sorry. Back to you, Ardent.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I lost track of what I was talking about. But it did remind me, your story about your friend in the wheelchair reminded me of one of my friends in college who used to compete in wheelchair racing. He had arms the size of my thighs, which is saying something. I'm close to 300 pounds, and a good chunk of that is in my legs. And yeah, he didn't use a wheelchair to get around in daily life. He used crutches, the braces on the elbows, crutches. Only in order to maintain his muscle mass, he filled them with concrete.
Oh.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I believe the word you're looking for is brute.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Kenny, if you're out there still listening, hi buddy, I hope you're doing well.
He did call you an asshole once. Punch him.
Oh God, I'd rather he punched me than hit me with those friggin' crutches. I saw what he did to a guy in a bar once.
You mean how much was left of the guy?
Oh, yeah, well, you ever see those
all
old
of him
martial
was
arts
left,
movies?
was just spread across the floor.
You ever see those old martial arts movies with the wire work where somebody will do a foot sweep and the
Yeah.
other guy ends up horizontal before
Yeah.
he starts to fall? Kind of like
Oh.
that.
God damn. Never underestimate a cripple. That's the thing. You always learn it in your teenage years. Never underestimate a motivated cripple because they have nothing to lose and everything to prove.
Monkey in chat is being a little cruel. We need to start spelling bees for mentally handicapped people. Funniest shit you'll ever see. Yeah, and then he actually misspells CD. Oh, and Stormy Eyes is requesting a female gnome with Gnomie, or homie Gnomie, I mean.
Huh. I mean, it's I can try to do a female gnome, or I could do the pseudo arachnid for my next one. Up to you guys.
I mean, we may need the pseudo arachnid for later adventures.
Yes.
I'm noticing that there's not a lot of English diaspora names on this list of 100 living Australians.
Exactly.
Seeing names like
pick a couple of them and see what they're supposed to be significant before. And fucking cricket doesn't count.
this one might be useful. Peter Singer was a philosopher, ethicist, and activist.
You could say it was a real zinger.
Yeah, that sounds fucking useless.
Depends on, what his philosophy was.
Does it start with a C?
And I mean the female gnome.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh wow, that's helpful. There's absolutely no information beyond the fact that he was a philosopher, ethicist, and activist.
Yeah, I bet that's on fucking purpose.
Ew.
Give him a Google. See what shows up.
Yeah. Now that's interesting. He was listed as Jack Smart on the previous page. Now he's listed as Jeffrey Smart when you click the link. That's not useful. Okay, let's
Sounds
try
about
Peter
right.
Singer. Peter Singer, Australian philosopher.
I guess you could say he's a real zinger.
Oh dear.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Trym.
And Singer is not. Yeah, Singer is not exactly a an English diaspora name, given that that's a very Germanic name.
Deutschland, Deutschland.
Yeah, but at least it's fucking Northwestern European.
True. Let's see. Born 6th of July 1946, is an Australian moral philosopher. Oh, this is already going downhill.
The worst
Yeah.
kind.
Currently the Ira W. DeCamp Professor of Bioethics at Princeton.
No,
Bioethics?
bioethics. Where has fucking bioethics gotten us? For the answer to that question, tune into Sultans.
He specializes
I was
in
halfway
applied
worried
ethics.
you would go on a rant there, but thank you for keeping the self-control. That's like, I am
That was a well
impressed.
slipped in shell there too. I like that. He specializes in applied ethics and approaches ethical issues from a secular utilitarian perspective.
Oh yeah, oh
I
we,
like that.
there-
Yeah, there we fucking go.
yeah, we know
Okay,
where this
that-
shit's going.
Bezic, you're gonna love this. He is known in particular for his book Animal Liberation, 1975, in which he argues in favor of veganism, and his essay Famine, Affluence, and Morality, in which
Oh
he
my.
argues in favor of donating to
Okay.
help the global poor.
Oh,
So he's a woke communist fuckwit.
Yes. Okay. I hereby
my
apologize for
original
suggesting
point
there would be some. Yeah.
Just go through the list. Start at the top, go through the list, and we'll see.
Okay.
Go on. We've got as many.
go.
Well, Trym's not going back to the boat for quite some time. We've got until he goes back to the boat.
I have 11 days off. I plan to spend them with friends and family, okay?
Okay, I'm
And
just going
what
to type
the
in
fuck
famous
away?
Australians.
You're my friends, not family.
Yeah, so you said friends and family.
Okay, here's the search string I typed in. Famous Australians of the 21st century. And one of the articles that came up is from 2017. It says the most influential Australian people you should know.
If it's a feminist,
Oh god.
I'm
Okay,
gonna
let's
groan.
do this. Just read out some names. Read out the names, and we'll see.
First name Kate Blanchett.
Keith,
She's
what?
Australian?
I hope so, because this is a list about Australians.
Really?
I'm just gonna quick Google.
I
Kate
like
Blanchett.
how the Australian is like, he's Australian?
She was born 7 years before I was in Melbourne.
Yeah, she. Oh well, that's in fucking Victoria.
Yes.
Does that count?
Let's see here. Well, barely.
But
What I
yeah,
understand.
but I mean, okay, so she's moved to America and did it. So people born in Australia who then fucked off to America don't fucking count.
All right.
In order to count, they need to have been born in Australia or immigrated to Australia legally and then done something significant in Australia.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Stupid
Okay.
fucking movie stars don't fucking count.
I got one,
So
I
that
got one, I got
goes
one.
out.
Ben Yahtzee Croshaw.
Who?
Ben Yahtzee Croshaw. You know Yahtzee.
Never heard of them.
He does,
Never heard of them.
he does funny video game reviews. I like him.
Okay, so
Can we count Baron?
completely insignificant.
Yes.
Speaking
Now
of
we have to.
completely insignificant,
Go on. Yeah, speaking of insignificant, go on. That's like, this is cute.
Did we lose Bezic?
no, I'm still here. I'm
Okay.
just no one said anything that required a response.
But you said something about speaking of insignificant, and then
You got silent.
Figured
Yeah,
out.
because Trym said bearing.
Oh,
Fuck's
actually, I
bearing
did.
done of value in the last couple of years?
fair.
Other than be 3 fucking weeks late to all the news.
Well. Also, I still want to see that Trumpy Bear video.
Okay. Don Bradman, cricket. So skipped. Steve Irwin.
Also,
Mhm.
okay, well, Steve Irwin, that's one.
Yeah, yeah.
But Don Bradman has been dead for like 20 years. So
Sure.
not only cricket, but also dead.
Yes. Here's a dandy one. This is Okay, no, this isn't based on the 21st century, so we will skip Nellie Melba.
Nellie
Barry
Melba,
Humphrey.
isn't that a stupid fucking singer?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the first Australians to leave her footprint on the global stage. Born in 1861, operatic soprano.
It's a woman.
Uh-huh.
How diverse.
Barry
Yeah,
Humphries.
Also, singers don't count as. I know I'm being particularly vicious, but like, what good has that done for anybody?
What kind of music does she sing? And I can answer that.
It was opera.
He just said.
Okay, opera. Well, no, doesn't count. If it's been rock, then it counts because it helps the fucking
Even
kitchen hours go quickly.
No,
Yes.
no. If it's rock and your name isn't Freddie fucking Mercury, then you're not fucking significant.
Or Iron Maiden.
Okay.
You know.
Rupert Murdoch is on this list.
Who the fuck is Rupert Murdoch?
A globalist psychopath. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Why does every Murdoch be a fucking villain?
Because they're all the same fucking family.
I prefer Murdoch from MacGyver. He was cool.
Fred Hollis is on the list, but doesn't count. He was raised in New Zealand. Someone named Far Lap.
Far left?
Far Lap.
Far left.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I heard you said far left, like someone.
Oh, it's a horse. It's a fucking horse.
Yeah, it's a horse that's been dead for
A
40
horse
fucking
that died in 1932. Good
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Even
I feel so bad for you
horses,
guys.
animals don't count.
No. Wow.
Hey, what about Bay State? He's got a good one. Well, we have Vesic. He's
not
from Australia, and he's
so he
fantastic.
also doesn't account.
Wait, you're not from Australia?
No, I said based ape.
No. What
You say
about what
based
Based Ape said? I think he's trying to be
Grammar.
nice to you.
Fucking useless ass continent. Not wrong. Last time Australia did anything useful was. Hold on.
When
Oh yeah,
Delhi
we
was alive?
scared the Viet Cong shitless.
Ooh.
That was the last time Australia did something useful. The Viet Cong
Fair
were
enough.
piss scared of Australia. And about that time is when all the good Australians were killed, apparently.
How about
Because you know what?
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Because you know what politicians like to do with strong, brave, courageous, free-thinking men?
Fuck him in the
Fire
ass
them
and kill him?
Make sure they're cancelled.
No, send them off to die in a pointless fucking proxy war. See Vietnam.
Yeah.
See
Yeah,
also
that thing was-
Ukraine.
That thing was pointless. I'm not going to
Okay.
specify which.
I have another possible list we can go with. The greatest 25 Australian films of the 21st century.
Crocodile Dundee, and Crocodile Dundee, I guess.
Yes,
None of which were
Crocodile
made in the
Dundee.
21st century.
Mad Max.
Oh, Mad Max.
Oh God, you did say 21st century, didn't you? Australia has made two good movies, ever: Crocodile Dundee and Mad Max, and everything else that's come out of this godforsaken hellhole is dog shit. As an Australian movies are the worst in the fucking world. I'd rather go watch something out of Bollywood with fucking subtitles than an Australian movie.
You heard it here, folks.
Here's the list of 25, and we'll get Bezik's short impressions of them if he's seen them.
I'm okay with this.
Predestination from 2014.
Never heard of it.
Wolf Creek from 2005.
Wolf Creek, did you say?
Yes.
Heard of it. Stupid horror bullshit.
I think that was a TV series. I'm not sure if this is
Yeah,
supposed
I'm
to be movies, so.
Is it about
Wolf
furries?
Creek. No, shut up. Trym. Wolf Creek is a stereotypical. We saw a saw and we're like, ooh, gore cells, and then they fucked it up.
Okay.
How the
This
fuck
one
do you fuck
actually,
up gore?
this next one I didn't realize was Australian. Hacksaw Ridge from 2016.
Australian?
Oh, I fucking
Apparently.
love Hacksaw Ridge.
Australian. Hacksaw Ridge is not fucking Australian.
See what it says.
Oh.
Directed by Mel Gibson.
Yeah, directed by Mel Gibson. It's not an Australian movie, though.
See if it says it. Production. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm just
directed
checking to
by
see
Mel
if it says. Yeah. Oh, okay.
he's
Apparently, I had to
American.
start a free trial of IMDb Pro to find out where it was made.
Well, good old Wikipedia will tell me. Production.
Oh, there you go.
Hacksaw Ridge is
Oh,
a
Gregory
fucking amazing
Crosby,
movie.
grandson of Bing Crosby. Yeah, it's American. It's American order. With a
Okay.
budget 40 million. Hacksaw Ridge became an international co-production. Blah 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 blah. Key players and firms located in both the United States and Australia. When Australian tax incentives were taken off the table, the film had to qualify as Australian to receive government subsidy. Blah 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 blah. Despite being American-born, Gibson's early years in Australia helped the film qualify, along with most of the cast being Australian. Yeah, still doesn't count.
He gamed the
was run
system.
by Americans. It was run by
Okay.
Americans, developed by Americans, written by Americans.
Yeah. Next candidate is Marion Max from 2009.
Marion Max. I don't know, but I'm thinking something stupid with a dog.
Woof.
Okay. One called Sherpa from 2015.
God. Oh, God, it's even worse. Mary and Max. Okay, so it's weird claymation style bullshit featuring a lonely
it's-
8-year-old girl living in the suburbs of Melbourne, and Max, a 44-year-old severely owned beast man from New York.
So it's Wallace and Gromit with a leftist twist.
Oh, that was
Great.
that.
No, it's Wallace and Gromit with a pedophile twist.
It's not actually
Well,
a
I said-
pedophile. They're pen pals, and the guy is
It's called grooming, Trym.
no, it's not grooming. They're just pen pals. I've seen it. It's not that bad. It's really fucking dark though.
But it's also dog shit.
Okay.
Eh.
So Sherpa from 2015.
Never heard of it.
I'm just having a quick look at it just to see if I've heard of it. Australian filmmaker Jennifer Peetham.
Yeah, definitely never heard of them.
Filmed during a 14 Mount Everest ice avalanche. I'm guessing it's probably not reality, but a documentary. Something called Kenny from 2006.
Never heard of it.
The South Park guy.
Something called Noise. Noise from
Kenny
2007.
2006. Let me just check.
Noise. That sounds
Oh!
familiar.
That's the one about the guy who works for the toilet company. I didn't know that was Australian. Didn't even know it was. Oh, okay.
Is it-
Not only is it Australian, it's actually set in Australia, but also it's a
Listen-
stupid, shitty comedy that no one cares about.
Yeah, Misadventures of a Porta-John Worker. Guys.
Yeah, not exactly highbrow.
Noise from 2007.
Never heard of it.
Tim Robbins, Bridget Moynihan, William Hurt. Geez, got some good names in it.
William Hurt.
What
Comedy
was the name
drama.
of it again?
Noise.
Noise. What was the year?
2007.
There's a
Comedy
good
drama
language
written and directed by Henry Bean. Stars Tim Robbins and Bridget Moynihan. Robbins plays a successful lawyer in Manhattan.
Thriller. A Melbourne police officer beset with painful ringing sound in his ears. The pain
Oh.
becomes so intense that causes him to pass out of a train station one night. The same night, an unknown killer slays 6 commuters. Yawn, boring, don't care.
Yeah. Something called The Tracker, 2002.
Well, if it's about a tracker, it's going to be about an abo.
Okay. Something called Lion, 2016.
Actually, it might. Yeah, it's about a government trooper heading on an expedition to find an Aboriginal man accused of something. I mean, honestly, it's probably the fucking best one of the lot so far, and I just can't begin to care.
Let's see. Lion from 2016.
Never heard of it.
Okay. The Dish from 2000.
The Dish.
Never heard of it.
The Dressmaker from 2015.
Never heard of it.
Hail, Hail from 2011.
Well, that sounds phenomenally stupid.
Probably religious, I would think. Look Both Ways, 2005.
Given that it's a... what was the year of the Hail one?
2011.
God, it's phenomenally stupid. It's 6 out of 10 on IMDb.
That
We now return
really
to
matter
basic
anymore.
reviews. It's fucking stupid.
And now, what was the next one?
Just 1 second. Look Both Ways from 2005.
Never heard of that.
Because they never look
We'll
both
move on
ways.
to the next. 10 Canoes from 2006.
What?
10 Canoes.
10
2006.
Canoes.
It would be funny if it was 10
I'm willing
Canucks.
to bet this one is probably based on Aboriginal stuff.
Did Aborigines
Well,
have
my first
canoes?
question is how? I don't think they invented the canoe.
In Australia's Northern Territory, a man tells us a story of his people and his land. It's about an older man, Minigululu, who has 3 wives and realizes that I don't really care. I've read enough.
God,
Moulin
they
Rouge,
actually did
2001. I'm thinking this
right.
is any random Australian connection at all.
Like I said, there are 2 good Australian films, and they weren't from the 21st century.
True. This one, it's down the ways. Mystery Road, 2011.
Can't say I've ever heard of that.
Okay, we'll skip and move along. Snowtown, 2011.
I've never heard of it.
Snow in Australia?
Okay, Sweet Country, 2017. That one I'm
Never
actually
heard
going
of
to
it.
check out because I want to see what that is.
Sweet cut.
Directed by Warwick Thornton, Hamilton Morris, Shanika Cole, Ewan
2011,
Leslie,
was it?
Sam Neill.
Shanika! Well,
It's a
that tells you
Western.
everything you need to know.
Yeah, it's a Western set on the Northern Territory frontier in the
Well,
1920s.
it's not a fucking Western then, is it?
No, not really. Though,
Well,
I
I'm
have a
not-
question. Do you count Quigley Down Under as a Western?
What the fuck is that?
Quigley Down Under was Tom Selleck's attempt at doing a Western where he's a cowboy who moves to Australia.
Oh, I don't count Tom Selleck as doing anything good.
Hey, what about Finding Nemo? That's in Australia.
It's set in Australia, but it's as Australian as fucking Sleeping Beauty, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. The Proposition, 2005.
What are you
I
proposing?
think I've heard of it, and if it's what I think it is, it's phenomenally stupid.
Okay. This one I've actually heard of. The Babadook from 2014.
I've heard of that one as well.
Hey, isn't it the one where the chick is yelling at her own autistic son, "Why can't you be normal?" And a kid just shrieks back at her?
Possibly.
Yeah, there's a meme
Yes,
about it. It's
yes,
like
it
the mother just shrieks at the kid, "Why can't you be normal?"
Yeah.
And the kid just shrieks. And
Yeah,
from there,
it's
Yeah, it's
definitely
creeping
that
out.
movie.
Film, yeah. Right, so horror film, and that can go in the completely fucking useless book.
I think the Babadook was a allegory for some kind of oppression thing, or
One.
whatever.
Well, it features a single idiot. Sorry, mother.
Base Ape says the Babadook was a great film. I'll take your word for it, monkey. Let's
Yeah.
see. Lantana, 2001.
Okay, Lantana is the name of a movie?
Yep.
Lantana's an annoying vined thing that gets everywhere and you have to go through it with a fucking machete.
Cool.
And it's a
It's-
complex drama. Although the film involves a murder, the story is more the exploration of a number of interconnected...
Yeah, I was already getting there myself. The next one is another one I've heard of. Chopper from 2000.
Chopper.
Chopper from 2000. Yeah. That's the one
It's
about
Eric
Chopper.
Bana, I think.
At least it's something we've heard of, but certainly goes in the completely boring, pointless waste of fucking oxygen box.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's what
I'm
I
halfway
basically-
considering saying something that'll annoy both of you, but I don't know if it's worth the vitriol.
Go ahead.
Hey, what about Mark Twain? Heard of him?
What about Mark Twain, you uncultured swine? Okay, we've got 3 left. Samson and Delilah from 2009.
Samson and Delilah?
Oh,
Probably
that's
some sort of
obviously
drama.
religious. No, it's religious. But it might be a drama, but Samson and Delilah. Speaking of stupid.
Oh no! You'll like this. You'll like this. Hang on. Directed by Warwick Thornton, a glue-sniffing boy and his girlfriend.
Wait, what? No, read that shit again.
Let me read
Escape
this.
the government-controlled, no-hope Aboriginal community they live in and go to the city Alice Springs. Yeah, speaking of how the Australian government hasn't given up on oppressing the Aboriginal people despite how they virtue signal,
Glue sniffing?
there are two parts to this story. For the second part of this story, you need to tune into Sultans. But the first part is, yeah, the government literally runs their lives. They live in a government town, in government housing, and everything is government.
Oh dear God.
Hell.
And that's not counting the numerous times in history, some of which are very recent, where the government has rounded up Aboriginals and Aboriginal children and forcibly incarcerated them. But we won't talk about the most recent time.
For more of this story, check out the Sultans of Chaudelay.
But talking about the old times, no, there is nothing that gives the Australian government its jollies more than kidnapping Aboriginal children. If you want to both get a hate boner for the government and get sick and fucking tired of virtue signaling bullshit, you need to look up the stolen generation. Because they were literally stolen. The government went into Aboriginal communities and went, how dare you live the same way you've been living for 60,000 years? We're going to kidnap your children and stick them into, this will be familiar to Arden the Canadian, government schools.
Yeah.
Government schools.
What do they call them in Canada?
Residential schools.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
Basically the same thing with exactly the same problems.
Yeah, the only difference in Canada was that the residential school was a team-up between the Catholic Church and the government. So it was even worse.
Were you beaten?
That's right. In Australia, they at least abuse the Aboriginal children separately.
From a secular standpoint.
Well, they were independent campaigns to screw over the Aboriginals that just so happened to coincide.
Yes.
And you guys know that I'm not woe is the poor oppressed minority, but Jesus fucking Christ, if you want to talk about oppressed minorities.
Okay, the next one on the list is Animal Kingdom from 2010. That's a crime story.
That's a crime story?
Yeah, it's 17-year-old is trying to escape from some criminal lifestyle or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
boy.
thinking it's similar to The Departed, only not nearly as good.
Yeah, Animal Story, what year?
2010, Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom, sorry, 2010. An Australian movie that packs the wallet. Right, if that's how you start, we can throw it out the window. After his mother's death, a teen moves in with his uncles and grandmothers. Life takes a threatening twist when he learns that his new family is a mid-level crime syndicate. Featuring people I've never heard of.
I noticed.
And the number one on the list should come as no real surprise. It's Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, I fucking love that movie so much.
Really?
It's not a good Mad Max movie.
I fucking love that movie.
Look,
it's not a good Mad Max movie. It's not a good movie.
It's not a good Mad Max movie.
It's
not a good movie. It's dog shit.
You can say that as much as you want, but I...
Shut up and let me finish. It's a good, fun romp, I've heard.
There you go.
If you have no attachment to the Mad Max franchise.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I don't really have much of an attachment to it. I just wanted a post-apocalypse
I doubt you never heard of it before that came out.
Oh, I heard about Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah, but had you seen it?
I've seen the one with the guy in BDSM clothes, and then I saw the last one Mel Gibson did.
You mean Fury Road?
No,
the one with the guy in BDSM clothes was Beyond Thunderdome.
No,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was the guy called Homungus. You know, like humongous, only with homo instead.
To be fair, Beyond Thunderdome wasn't by no means a good movie, but it falls in the so bad it's good category.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, the soundtrack is better because it's got Tina Turner.
We don't need
Tina
another
Turner was great.
hero.
That's true.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
think the first two in the franchise are probably the best ones. They're pretty old now. Like, when was the first Mad Max movie released? In the 70s?
Yeah, sounds about right.
I love
That's as old as I know.
how the car that Toe Cutter crashes into at the end of it is actually just the director's own car, and they're sacrificing it for the shoot. That's dedication.
79. It's 3 years younger than I am.
Wow.
Yep.
I still think Fury Road is fucking awesome.
Yeah, if you take it away from... It's like a lot of modern movies that are made as parts of franchises. If you take them out of the franchise and just ignore the franchised elements, they actually seem like better movies because they're not trying to build on something that came before anymore.
Yeah, well, it's called Mad Max, but I get more of a reboot feel from it because it is not part of the Mel Gibson
Literally.
movies.
Like, look,
Okay,
they
so
could have
Monkey can't do
literally,
math
they
and thinks
could have,
I'm 76 years old.
yeah, but they could have literally just called the movie Fury Road, and it would have been, and it would have automatically been a better movie.
Yeah, but it sounds cooler with Mad Max.
Yes, which is why they did it.
Well, yeah,
Because
drew
they're
more
trading
people into
off the reputation of the previous, actually good
Exactly,
movie.
yeah.
Actually,
Exactly.
the original Mad Max wasn't. The original Mad Max was like a B+ movie.
It was. The
But
second
it
one
was
is the best one I've heard.
I maybe, but like that was back when, well, us strands are going, my God, we made a movie. It was awesome. Think what else we could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the one. Here's a good thing from Australia. Hollow Knight.
Fuck's that got to do with Australia?
It's one of the best side-scroller
Hollow
adventure games.
Knight.
Hollow Knight. Yes, it is fucking amazing.
I was confusing that with something else.
Talking about the game?
Hollow Knight,
Yes,
the game.
talking about the game.
It is.
I thought he was
fucked.
talking about something with hollow, spelled HOLO, and I'm like, the fuck's that got to do with Australia?
Fuck no.
Uh,
Honestly, if you want a fantastic gaming experience, both mechanically and artistically, try out Hollow Knight. It is fucking beautiful.
What was
I've
the search query you used again, Adam, to get the list of Australians?
I think I just went famous Australians of the 21st century.
Famous
Let me see here.
Australians.
Famous Australians of the 21st century, yes.
The 21st and a half a duck century. Wait, what?
Where's
Still a
the
better love
kaboom?
story than
There was
Twilight.
supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Oh, yeah, we go. Was that the one you were on? The culture trip, most influential Australian people you should know?
Yes.
Ew.
Okay, yeah. What was that list? Yeah, from cricketers and crocodile hunters to horses, apparently.
Mm.
Yeah, Steve Owen. Yeah, that's one.
I didn't know
Kelly
horses
Melba.
were people.
Well, I
Yeah,
guess he
Barry
counts as an
Humphries,
Australian.
Media. Jermaine Greer. Jermaine fucking Greer was on this. How did you miss Jermaine fucking Greer?
What the fuck
Oh, I
is
didn't
Jermaine
miss her. I
Greer?
skipped her. I skipped her because I knew the rant that would ensue if I mentioned her.
Never mind. I did not ask who she was. You just keep on go.
Well,
This
yes,
might be a
we will
soul
move
thing.
on for that because that is not as suitable for an art shack.
Yes.
It's almost like I know my friends pretty well.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's go back to making fun of Monkey for not knowing how to math.
Yeah.
The fuck is
Oh,
math?
I see what he was doing. He was pointing out that I was born in 76, which is correct. Not that I'm actually 76.
I mean, you could have fooled me. What?
I'm gonna come over there, and I'm gonna put my boot in your butt.
I dare you. I'll still kick your ass.
Was it Crow who challenged me to a duel the other day, and I said, oh, I forget what I said now. What to think of it? Oh, sporks at dawn. Yeah.
Sporks?
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Monkey points out he can do math. Thank you very much. Apparently, Inglets he can't do.
Well, of course he can't do English. He's Scottish.
Monkey's
Yeah,
a good boy. Monkey's a good boy.
Pet monkey
Let's
on
see,
that. Tell him
what-
he's a good boy.
Oh,
But
yeah,
he's
here we
cute.
go. Most influential Australians from Cinema Ring Herald. That was a good one. What do we have? What do they say? Faith Bandler, who fought for the 1967 referendum on Aboriginal citizenship and South Sea Islander rights. The founding member of the Women's Electoral Lobby. Right, she can go in the same box as the other communists.
I have a question that's...
Edmund Barton, a politician, goes in the field
Okay.
box.
Okay, can I just put it like this? I have, over these last few years, developed an intense dislike of politicians. So whenever someone is a politician, they should all live under sword of Damocles. There, I have spoken. I don't like politicians.
I'm inclined. Daisy Bates, study Aboriginal languages and customs.
I have a name I want to throw at you, Bezic, to see what your response is.
Question,
Okay.
before you do it, do you think it's a bannable offense what you're gonna do?
What?
Or
No.
more crucially, do you think it's a bannable offense? My response.
Yes, that's what
no.
I meant.
No, I really don't, actually.
Okay.
Black Jack Anderson.
What the fuck?
Who?
Apparently the most famous pirate of Australia.
Blackjack
Yeah,
Anderson.
pirates.
Apparently not very well known in Australia.
Probably because he worked outside of
yeah.
Australia.
Yeah, so back to this list, and this list is from 2001, so it's not even 21st century. We have Charles Bean, journalist. What did he do? He fostered a sense of Australian nationhood, wrote from Gallipoli in France in World War One, and have edited the official war history, helping to create the Anzac tradition. Oh, so someone who actually did something for the nation. Sadly, the Anzac tradition and Australian nationhood has been taken out behind the wigwam and shot in the fucking head. It's actually it's not even a wigwam, it's something stupid. It's been taken out behind the not even a proper fucking lean-to and shot in the head.
Ew. I mean, oof.
Like, the Anzac tradition used to mean something. We used to be proud of the Anzac tradition. But no. Can't talk about the time Australia did awesome shit, even though the British fucked up.
Not really.
But the Anzac tradition, it used to be glorious. I mean, it still is glorious, but I can't say that, so I'll have to say something else. Unfortunately, because the Anzac tradition includes things such as mateship, manliness, and standing up against tyranny. Not allowed
Yeah.
anymore.
Can't be having that.
But in other news, maybe Google War Memorial 2021. But we'll leave that alone.
Let me
That's
just
the
put. I just need to mention this. There is a reason that when we have a Sultans of Shadowlay rant, there is a good reason why it's mostly Besek doing the ranting. Just saying.
Well, it is his show.
Well, I'd help make
yeah.
it too.
Yeah. What's the good reason? It's me doing the ranting?
Yes, because the good reason you're doing all the ranting is because Australia doesn't really do much that is deserving of anything but angry noises.
Yeah.
I save all my angry noises for Rumble these days.
So, who else did we have? Joffrey Blaney. A
If his name's Joffrey,
historian
that's...
who said black armband view of history and nationalism is both a vital medicine and dangerous drug. Yeah, that sounds suspiciously close to being a socialist. Thomas Blamey born in near Wagga Wagga. Yes, that's a real place. Fort Gallipoli was Victoria's police chief before commanding Allied land forces in the Southwest Pacific under MacArthur, and leading the victory at Kokoda. Okay, so someone who actually did something of value to not just Australia but the world. Unfortunately, he died in 1951.
Ooh.
Let's see. Arthur Boyd, artist. Who said, "We own nothing. All we do is possess things for a short period. You don't even own your own wedding ring. Nothing." Yeah, that goes in the communist book. Don Bradman.
It could be a
Cricketer.
commentary, not the. It could be more like a well, fuck this shit kind of thing instead of a
Yeah.
oh, I support this.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that's how it is
But
to own
he's
a house
admired
in
in Britain
Norway.
and the US. If I mean, if you're admired by both Britain and the US, you're doing something wrong.
Oof.
And then there's Don Bradman, who is to this day one of the best cricketers to ever live, despite the fact he's been dead for 21 years. But again, it's only fucking cricket. William and Lawrence Bragg, who were physics professors who did X-ray technology and won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1915.
When he said brag, I was halfway
again.
prepared to just ask, do they brag a lot?
Yes, they do. They brag every day. Several times, in fact. Bob Brown, doctor, conservationist, damming of a river, spreading environmental consciousness as far as Germany and the Greens Party. Right,
Ew.
so he's an eco-fascist.
Ew.
Oh, he shared in 1990 the US Goldman Foundation's Environment Prize. Right, so we can burn him.
Sultans, Bezic. Sultans.
Marlon Burnett, who developed theories on acquired immunological tolerance and clonal selection that provide the basis for modern biotechnology and genetic engineering. Okay, I need to find his coffin and wrap it in copper wire. Because I bet he's spinning like a fucking magnetosphere.
Oof. You know, I'm halfway tempted to say, can we do this the next time we have a drunk stream on Sultans? Because that's a lot more fitting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could. This is a long list, but every freaking one of them just.
It's not just a long list, it's your reaction to the individuals.
Yes.
You're having to hold yourself back a lot.
What I'm saying is that they're all useless scum.
Fair
Or
enough.
cricketers.
Or dead.
Yes. Like, on that whole list, there were like 2 that did anything good for Australia, and 1 that did anything good for anyone else. No, sorry, 2, because I forgot about the X-ray guys. The X-ray guys did pretty good. X-ray is helpful.
Yes. So what do you guys think of the homie Gnomie?
I mean, the Gnomie looks like he's gonna stab a cunt,
Yes,
which means he's fantastic.
he is. And he's got a tiny piece where it counts.
Yeah, pro tip, don't point a gun at your dick and your femoral artery.
I guess he likes to live on the dangerous side. What kind of voice would this guy have? Bezic, do a gnome voice.
I don't think I can do a justifiable gnome voice, but it's probably going to involve Kraken.
Come on, it's worth a shot.
I don't know. Just zoom out so I can see him again.
And thus Bezic fell deep into thought.
I don't really. I don't tend to associate with people like Gnomie.
I don't think most people would. I'm not the proudest father of my creation. There we go. You know, medium airbrush is really nice to do coloring with. Did Arden mute himself again? And Bessic disappeared.
I'm typing at Crow
Ah,
in the Sultans.
yes.
But Jaime does look pretty badass, but he's also made some bad life choices.
Yeah. He's been on the wrong side of law a few times.
I mean, Jaime almost looks like he eats fentanyl for breakfast.
Yeah, only he has developed a much more impressive resistance to it than any tall humans. He's a tall one. I don't like them tall ones. Gnomes view height like gnomes view height like some people view color. I'm just gonna keep it at that and avoid any bannable offenses by a woman. Ish.
But well, the good news is, well, we've hit what 2 hours 20 minutes, and you've finished Gnomie.
Yep.
So at least that's some good progress.
Yeah. Fuck. I managed to actually finish him. I mean, how many episodes have I been doing with Gnomie? I started the last one, didn't I?
Yeah, only 2 episodes.
Huh.
You've been doing well. Well, one of your previous projects was like 3 episodes, but now you're getting down to 2 episodes per project. If we can get you down to doing projects in a single episode, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I can also mention.
Speaking of increasing speed, was I or was I not right about the airbrush?
Oh, you were fucking correct, dude. Thank you for mentioning that. And by mentioning, I mean beating me over the head with the fact. For an hour in the most elaborate Australian way as possible.
Yes.
But then again, I can't complain with the results now, can I? There we go. It just feels smoother. Though I gotta admit, I still like the hardline coloration that I did on Discordia's Undertale picture too, though. Really happy with how that one turned out.
Oh, dude. Like, it's completely different art style to anything you've done before, but my god, because it's so clean and crisp, and it's just mwah!
Thank you.
It's glorious. It's really nice. Like, just the harder colors, it's so sharp and crisp.
Thank you.
It's fantastic.
There we go. And there's the background. Here's we got Homie the Gnomie.
Yeah, he's hanging out in an ally.
Yes.
An ally? An ally. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
He's hanging
In my
out in
defense, I've had an hour of sleep because I was up at 5 a.m. To be fair, it's entirely my fault, but I'm also not having the greatest days. But
good night, Base Tape. See you later, man.
good night, monkey. Have a good one, dude.
Yeah. Well, shit. I actually managed to get this done in just 2 episodes. I'm kind of happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember correctly, I use sketch lights. Oh, hello, Adam.
Bay State says he has to go. I guess I missed him.
I've got something for us. 25 most famous Australian celebrities. This one shouldn't be as political, but let's see who the best 25 most famous Australian celebrities are.
I was going to turn the time lapse
Hey,
on
Kevin.
while we do.
Caveat that, yeah, Nicole I Eat Bugs Kidman.
Yeah, I eat bugs off camera. Kidding.
Oh yeah, it's funny how they never actually. So we have Sam Worthington, who
Oh, Wrath of the Titans.
I've never heard of.
Clash of
But
the Titans, Wrath of the
where's-
Titans. What else has he been in? Oh, Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. Unfortunately, completely unrelated. He is the kind of man who wears a hoodie that says climate change is real. So you can take that how your politics want to. Rebel Wilson, yes, the useless fat slob who keeps getting inserted into movies that would be fantastic otherwise. Liam Hemsworth, who can't act but looks good on camera, apparently. Simon
Hemsworth.
Baker, who was apparently kidnapped at the age of 1.5, because I've literally never heard of him as Australian before, but he's done a bunch of things.
Baker. The name sounds familiar.
Rachel Griffiths, who we won't talk about.
Did you say Griffith or Griffin?
Never heard of.
Rose Byrne?
Yeah.
B-Y-R-N-E? Okay, that's crazy. Me Too Girl.
Yeah, makes sense, because I've literally never heard of her.
Which of them?
We have Hugo Weaving.
Oh, wait, what?
Elrond.
Didn't know he was Australian.
And Agent Smith.
And
But
Megatron.
again, like all these other most famous Australian celebrities, no, if they've been in Hollywood for the last 40 years, they don't count. Just because you're born in Australia doesn't mean it counts. If you're not famous for being an Australian and then doing Australian things in Australia, you're a goddamn Hollywood celebrity. He's not Australian, he's Hollywood. His citizenship is Hollywood. Not American, not Australia, Hollywood.
What about Keith Urban?
Good night, Storm Ice. See you later.
He's at least actually an Australian famous for doing things in Australia. But I think maybe singing, but at least he did it in Australia.
Yeah, he's got a few really good songs, actually.
Yes, quite a few. Isla Fisher is
Isla Fisher doesn't count.
No. Also, anyone who has ever appeared on Home and Away or Neighbours doesn't count as an actor.
Man, Home and Away. Now you're... God damn, now I had the fucking theme song in my brain. Thank you.
You have my sympathies. And then we have Naomi Watts, who's done nothing of value.
Wasn't there a show called Round the Twist? Wasn't that an Australian kids show? Or is that an English one that I'm misremembering?
Oh, it was I have no idea, but it was really big on TV here, but it was also crap.
Fair.
Vegemite 2, the
theme
Vegemite.
song was catchy, though.
Wait, what was that, Trym?
Just an idea for a movie. Vegemite 2, the Vegemite.
Vegemite 2, the Vegemite?
Yes.
Oh my. Put down the toast and step away from the knife.
Yeah, here's Keith Urban on the list. And then we have Guy Pearce.
Guy
Priscilla,
Pearce.
Queen of the Desert.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. You know, back when drag queens weren't automatically going into the chipper, but we'll leave that alone.
Yes.
That's a Sultan's thing.
Yes, but how do I phrase this in a art shack appropriate way?
You can.
But yes, he was one of the drag queens in The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, back when when drag queens were adult entertainment.
Wasn't Hugo Weaving in that too?
I have no
Hang
idea.
on, I'll check.
Hugo Weaving has been in a lot of things, and there's even a movie where he dressed up like a chick, an old angry lady.
Yeah. Up next, we have Toni Collette, who has done absolutely nothing of value ever.
Oh dear God, Terrence Stamp, Hugo Weaving, and Guy Pearce were all in that movie.
Yeah. And then we have Miranda Kerr, who is famous for being a Victoria's Secret pin-up slag.
Yes.
Something to look at least.
Margot Robbie. Shit, holy shit, Margot Robbie's Australian?
You didn't know Margot Robbie was Australian?
Who's Margot Robbie?
Again, her
She plays Harley
citizenship is
Quinn in the
Hollywood.
movies.
She's Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
The Harley Quinn.
The one from the animated
yes.
series, or are we talking about some of the real movies that are shit?
No, the live action actress.
The one with the booty shorts and the tight top.
Yes.
So
She's
the one
eye
that's from the
candy
shit
Harley
movie,
Quinn.
then.
Yeah, the eye candy Harley Quinn.
Oh, I've never seen the movie. I just enjoy watching clips of her.
Fair enough.
Why the fuck would I watch a movie? Like, I don't give a flying fuck about the Joker or Batman. Why would I watch a movie about the Joker's stupid crackhead shrink side
Ex-girlfriend
piece?
Stockholm Syndrome victim.
I prefer it better when Harley and Joker were united. I don't like the whole stuff where they left because they were codependent insanities.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, they're supposed to play off each other.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
the Joker is the narcissistic psychopath, and she's Stockholm Syndrome, the movie.
And Lovesick Puppy. Again, no matter what you do with DC, you can never top the animated series and its beautiful fucking finale, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. It makes the Marvel Cinematic Universe look like I can't say that word, but a result of someone who is mentally handicapped but is really good at making effects.
Speaking of Marvel, though, Chris Hemsworth, another person who, even if he lives in Australia, is entirely a citizen of Hollywood. Old Thor.
No, he is not. Stop calling him anything related to that.
Shut up.
Fuck you. Marvel Thor is nothing close to Thor.
Well, I didn't say that, did I?
You put his name and Thor in the same sentence.
Yes, there's the actual Norwegian god, Thor, and then there is the Marvel cock, Thor. Just because their names are the same doesn't mean they've got anything to do with each other.
Thor! That's better. It's more like Thor, not Thor. It's Thor.
Oh, then we have Kylie Minogue, another singer.
Hey, is that prostitute?
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what?
pretty much.
I mean, yeah, basically. Then we have Wolverine.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's cool.
At least he's... Oh, yeah, and The Greatest Showman in 2017. At least he's more... he's like a co-resident of Australia and Hollywood.
Yeah. He hangs out
And
with
then
Ryan Reynolds far too much to be
And then
full
there is
Australian.
Kate Blanchett, who in this particular picture has the face of a 90-year-old but still has her tits showing.
Yeah.
And has done absolutely nothing of value. Then we have... Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, then we have Crocodile Dundee.
Paul Hogan.
Yes.
He was...
Who now
he
lives
was
in the US.
loads of fun.
But at least his fame came from being an Australian and doing Australian things. Oh, and then we have Joker McSuicide. Heath, the completely useless actor Ledger.
Heath Ledger was Australian?
Yeah.
Probably why he died.
It's a shame.
He was a good Joker.
He's been in some great movies, like A Knight's Tale, but he couldn't act to save his fucking life.
Until he got the Joker. He nailed the Joker.
Yeah, like he did a surprisingly good job of that. But if you've ever seen A Knight's Tale, like God, if only there was some acting.
Knight's Tale was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
That was the
then we
time
have
the Joker hung out with King Robert Baratheon. And the Vision.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Then we have Elle Macpherson, who is famous for being a
Beautiful set of legs.
I was going to say a high-class whore, but...
Same.
You can still have a nice set of legs.
Whores, Olivia Newton-John.
Wow, there's a name from the past.
I don't even know who that is.
You know the song Let's Get Physical?
Nope.
The 80s? Okay.
No, you Grease?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, Grease, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
well, hang on. Trym knows musicals, but not 80s pop.
Trym knows Grease, but not the most famous American author.
Yeah.
My parents had a weird sense of American.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
you don't get to blame your parents for this
I
one, I'm
blame
sorry.
my fucking parents for this. Have you met my mom? Christ.
No,
Then
I'm
we
sure
have
she's a lovely lady.
Oh, she is.
then we have
Just a bit weird.
Russell. I'm an actor, Honest Crow, who is famous for not acting in Gladiator.
Didn't he win an Oscar for that not acting?
Sorry, you want to use the Oscars as a measurement of success?
Oh, no. That would be silly. Funny thing, actually, Russell Crowe has actually acted in a show here in Newfoundland called Republic of Doyle.
Oh yeah,
He-
I've seen ads
he-
for that and went, that sounds like it's made inducing.
Something like that, yeah. It's kind of funny how he's very good friends with one of the more notorious Newfoundland, I suppose at the time, bad boy musicians.
We have two more. We have Mel Gibson,
Of course. So I think he kind of falls
who
into
was
the.
I mean, he got at least he's not even Australian, but at least he's famous. He did something of fame. He did a few things of fame in Australia. He's shit. The guy born in the United States is more Australian than most of these so-called fucking Australians. Mad Max, Gallipoli, Lethal Weapon, and
The Man
Hacksaw
Without a
Ridge,
Face.
which was a brilliant fucking movie. Like
I haven't seen it. I think I need to.
Lethal Weapon was fucking hilarious, but Hacksaw Ridge is absolutely brilliant.
We Were Soldiers is also another good one.
Ignore his work on Braveheart, where he absolutely fucked up everything about that, and I think the Scots are still mad, rightfully so, because
They
he
can
apparently
take
confused
our
them with.
haggis, but they can't take our freedom.
Well, no, because the idiots confused them with the fucking Picts. No, it wasn't the Scottish who ran around naked, painted blue. It was the bloody Picts.
True.
Oh yeah, and he did Passion of the Christ, but he's a bit. But
Another movie I haven't seen.
Hacksaw Ridge, I think, mostly redeems him for Braveheart, but he still needs a kick in the nuts for his acting in the movie.
He is
And
acting.
then there's Nicole. I totally eat bugs, but you never actually see me put one in my mouth on camera. Kidman, who
Yeah.
has done what exactly?
Eyes Wide Shut, where she played a drug-addled whore.
Hoor.
Let's see.
And the only
Moulin
reason she did
Rouge,
it
where
was,
she played a drug-addled whore.
and the only
I'm starting to sense a pattern
she's
here.
typecast as because she doesn't need to act.
Practical
just go,
Magic, where she played a
act
drug-addled
natural.
whore.
Again, I'm starting to sense a pattern here.
I mean, actually, didn't the stupid bitch end up with fucking Tom Cruise at some point? So drug-addled whore does sound about right.
Yeah, she's married to Keith Urban for years now.
Tom Cruise is
Yeah,
Tom
poor Keith
Cruise crazy.
Urban.
Just be glad
What
it's
a
not you.
fucking downgrade for him. He could have had any Australian woman, and he fucking chose Tom Cruise's ex, the bug-eating crack muncher.
Well,
Like this article says, her acting resume is impressive. That's odd. I don't recall seeing her act in any of the movies she's been in.
that's a very interesting way to say I don't know what I'm talking about.
To be fair, it is from a woman's magazine, so.
Oh, well.
You know, the kind of oh, what's that stupidly bad woman's magazine from America?
Cosmo?
Yeah, imagine a magazine that makes Cosmo look intelligent.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, that's about the same. No, I don't think it's that bad, but it's the same kind of fucking magazine. Oh yeah, here's a picture of their front cover. Someone in Camilla are, you're not my queen. Yeah, that's about the fucking size of the shit they report. Don't give a flying shit about Camilla, but whoever that is, if they've got a position of authority, needs to be caned. Show some bloody respect. Also, is Camilla even the queen, or is she the princess consort or something?
No, it was princess consort.
Yeah.
Or sorry, yeah, queen consort. Yeah.
Yeah, but not an actual queen. Queen consort. No. Back in the day, they used to have actual queens married to kings who were actually... But no, she's a queen consort. For multiple reasons, not least of which is to make a very clear distinction between the two queens that have ruled the fucking world.
Besek, how much longer do you have? Because I'm thinking about cutting this out now.
Oh, thank God. I was basically just dragging this out
Oh,
as
yeah.
soon as possible.
I was waiting for you. I could have ended this as soon as...
Oh, yeah, gotta say something.
You should have told me, you know?
I mean, I'm feeling dead air.
Yeah, well, you could have said it. I can't tell whether you're ranting or twirling dead air. You could have said it like, come on, I'm running on fumes here, bro.
Technically, it's your show, Trym.
Yes.
Oh, God.
It's your show, Trym, so the rant is feeling dead air. If it was the Sultans, the rant is actually the show.
Very
Yeah.
true. Okay, well, I'm still kind of Sultan shock, so, you know. Well, then, if you want to do a last-minute chill, Ardent.
I, in fact, am going to do just that right at this moment and
Yes.
chill out my Rumble channel.
Yes.
And ask everybody who's watching this now and in the future to kindly subscribe to me there, as I would very much like to be able to live stream on Rumble where I can share my unvarnished opinions.
Yes.
As you should.
Speaking of unvarnished opinions, if you want to hear 90% of the redacted Bezic rants from tonight's episode, tune into Sultans and remind me, because then I'll tell you what I really think if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube at all.
Yes.
Would be really nice if Rumble became big. Or if Elon bought YouTube.
And it'd be nice if the bastards would just let us live stream without having to pay money.
Yes, that would be even better.
Which is annoying, because they are literally the best alt tech platform. Because Odyssey is a fucking abomination to try and do anything on.
Yep.
Yeah, Entropy
is fucking awful. Like, it makes Odyssey look competent.
It looks like YouPorn's UI.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure that's better.
Yeah, okay.
BitChute requires you to fucking fork out money if you want to have multiple channels.
Oh, God.
Rumble doesn't. Speaking of Rumble channels, Rumble's got a lovely feature that allows you to automatically import content from your YouTube channel. So tune in to the Art Shack on Rumble when Trym gets around to setting it up. Because I've sent him my goddamn affiliate link thingy.
Yeah, I saw it.
Set that up shortly.
We can do it after this. Then we'll
But
get
I'm
the
sure
rumbling.
I'm sure it's going to be Rumble/Trym, and then you can find the Art Shack under that or something.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll announce it in my community tab because that's something I forgot that I had. Well,
Yeah,
with
YouTube must be dead.
Well, that reminds me, I had to check and see if I have a community tab yet.
You should do. You've got over 100 subs, and they've been giving community tabs to literally everybody at this point.
I got it after having 40 for a while.
Did I find that in Studio, I wonder, under customization?
Yes.
Let's have a look here.
You find, if you've got it, it's just in Studio under Create, of the big red button in the top right.
Let's see. I've got upload videos, go live, and new playlist. I don't have an option for community.
Thank you for being for the entire show, Stormy Ice. The entire show, Stormy Ice. Fucking words. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show.
Then we can investigate Ardent's problems later off camera.
That sounds like a great idea. Well then, and with that, I want to say thank you all for joining. Also, homie the Gnomie is definitely not under your bed waiting for you to fall asleep so you can steal your shit. And with that, have a wonderful evening, guys. See you next stream. Bye-bye. Say something,
Later,
guys.
all.
There you go.
Adelaide, motherfucker.